டமுகுட்லா டுமுகுட்லா உடுங்குட்லா அடுங்குட்லா தென்ன மட்ட பச்சாட்ட எங்களுக்கு பேட்டு நாங்க நர நர எங்க அடி தர தர எதிர்த்து வர வர யாரு இங்க அற கொற வந்தா எதிரி போயிடணும் கதறி அதறி பதறி ஓடிடணும் செதறி நம்ம ஊரு நம்ம கந்து முடிகின்னு கொஞ்சம் ஒத்து செம்ம மட்டும்தான் நம்ம டிஎன்பிஎல் மாப்பு நம்ம ஊரு நம்ம கந்து முடிகின்னு கொஞ்சம் ஒத்து செம்ம மட்டும்தான் நம்ம டிஎன்பிஎல் மாப்பு.
It's opening night at season 10 of the Tamil Nadu Premier League.
Tushar Raheja, what a shot! Outstanding hitting! Left side, that's a six!
Old rivals go at it once again. The defending champions versus the challengers on their home turf. A fresh chapter starts right now.
ஆண்டுகள் எண்ணற்ற நினைவுகள் எண்ணில் அடங்கா நட்சத்திரங்கள் தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதையும் கிரிக்கெட்டால் ஒன்றிணைத்த இந்த பயணம். வெல்கம் டு ஸ்ரீராம் கேபிட்டல் தமிழ்நாடு பிரீமியர் லீக் 2026 10வது சீசன்ல பிரம்மாண்டமான தொடக்கம் உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கணும் இல்லையா? அதுக்காகவே என் கூட இப்ப இணையறாரு வித்யா சிவராமகிருஷ்ணன். ஹலோ, வெல்கம் டு டிஎன்பிஎல். எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
மக்களமாக இருக்குது சஸ்திகா, தேங்க்யூ. என்ன மாதிரி ஒரு பியூட்டிஃபுல் அட்மாஸ்ஃபியர் இதான் எதிர்பார்ப்போம். டிஎன்பிஎல் ஓவர் த இயர்ஸ் ஒரு கிரேட் டோர்னமெண்ட்டாக இருந்திருக்கேன். இந்த வருஷமும் நாட் கோட் லெட் எனிபடி டவுன். ஏன்னா குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் கிரிக்கெட் நல்லாயிருக்கும். இந்த மாதிரி ஏம்பியன்ஸ் நான் பார்த்தே இல்லைங்க. ஸோ ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் டு டிஎன்சிஏ ஸ்டாஃப் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அட்மாஸ்ஃபியர் தரத்துக்கு அண்ட் குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் கிரிக்கெட் நான் ரொம்ப எதிர்பார்க்கேன். நிறைய லாட் ஆஃப் குட் யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் டு வாட்ச் அவுட் ஃபார் அண்ட் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் நிறைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பிளேயர்ஸ் ரொம்ப நாளாக பண்ணியிருக்காங்க ஓவர் த இயர்ஸ். ஸோ கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு பிளாக் பஸ்டர் இவெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும்னு தோணுது எனக்கு.
டெஃபினெட்லி எஸ். அதாவது நம்ம எப்போவுமே என்ன சொல்லுவோம் அப்படின்னா, தமிழ்நாடு பிரீமியர் லீக் அப்படின்னாலே எங்களுக்கு திருவிழா மாதிரி தான் அப்படி இருக்கும், கொண்டாட்டமாக இருக்கும். நம்ம ஊர் பசங்க விளையாடுவாங்க, அது பார்க்குறதுக்கே அவ்வளோ அழகாக வந்து இருக்கும். இன்ஃபேக்ட் 10வது இயரில் நம்ம இப்போ இருக்கோம் வித்யோத். இதுதான் ஒரு ஆரம்ப புள்ளியாக இருந்திருக்கு நிறைய லீக்ஸுக்கு. அதை நீங்கள் எப்படி பார்க்குறீங்க?
கண்டிப்பாக ஐ திங்க் எஸ் ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் டிஎன்சி அந்த ஏர்லி ஸ்டேஜ் அந்த இனிஷியேட்டிவ் கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. நிறைய பேருக்கு அந்த 2007 வேர்ல்ட் கப் அப்புறம் T20 இஸ் கோட் டு பி த ஃபியூச்சர்னு தெரியும். அப்போ இன்டர்நேஷனல் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணார் 2000 ஏர்லி 2000 லேட்டஸ்ட் 2000 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணார் டிஎன்பிஎல்ல. கேபிஎல்க்கு அப்புறம் அதான் வந்தாங்க. அண்ட் ஃப்ரம் தேர் ஆன் இட்ஸ் பீன் அ ஸ்பெக்டாகுலர் டோர்னமெண்ட். எல்லா விதத்துலையும் பாருங்கள். ஐ திங்க் குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் கிரிக்கெட் நம்பர் 1. இந்த மாதிரி கிரவுண்டு பார்க்க முடியுமா? அங்கே நிறையா வேர்ல்டு வைட் கிரவுண்ட்ஸ் பற்றி பேசுகிறோம். பட் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஏம்பியன்ஸும் திண்டுக்கல்ல, கோயம்புத்தூர் ஆல் ஓவர் தமிழோட இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆயிருக்கு. ஸோ அது மாதிரி இருக்குச்சு. ஐ திங்க் கிரேட் திங்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க டிஎன்சி அண்ட் தே கண்டினியூ டு டூ இட். அதான் ஐ திங்க் மிஸ்டர் ஸ்ரீனிவாசராஜு அண்ட் பகவான் தாஸ் அண்ட் கோக் வி ஹேவ் டு கிவ் அ பிக் ரவுண்ட் ஆஃப் அப்ளாஸ். ஏன்னா ஈஸி கிடையாது. குவிக் டைமில் இந்த மாதிரி டோர்னமெண்ட் கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க அண்ட் ஐ எம் லுக்கிங் ஃபார்வர்ட் டு இட்டுங்க. உங்களை பற்றி தெரியல, பட் எனக்கு வந்து நான் எந்த யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் வந்து ஸ்டெப் அப் பண்ண போகிறேன் இந்த வருஷம் பார்த்து தான் ஆகணும் எனக்கு.
இல்லை, டக்குன்னு உன்னை பற்றி தெரியல அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்க பார்த்தீங்களா? ஏங்க எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச டோர்னமெண்ட்டுங்க. கடந்த 4 வருடங்களாக இங்கே
நீங்கள் ஒரு வெட்டரனுங்க அந்த டோர்னமெண்ட்டில். நான் ஆக்சுவலாக நான் ஆஸ் அ என்ன சொல்கிறது ப்ராட்காஸ்டர் இப்போ தான் டெபு கோச்சாக இருந்திருக்கேன். பட் காமெண்ட்ரி இல்லை பண்ணியிருக்கேன் 2-3 மேட்ச். பட் இந்த வாட்டி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் லாங் டைம்க்கு அப்புறம் வரேன். ரொம்ப கெத்தாக இருக்கேன் ஃபீல்.
டெஃபினெட்லி எஸ். அதானே நம்ம ஊர் நம்ம கெத்து அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். இன்ஃபேக்ட் இங்கேருந்து நிறைய நட்சத்திரங்கள் இந்தியா வரைக்கும் போய் விளையாண்டுருக்காங்க, ரெப்ரசென்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. வாட் அபவுட் தட் வித்யோத்?
See, I think நம்ம the quality of cricket பற்றி பேசச்சே the word spreads very fast. டெலிகாஸ்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க, நிறைய ஸ்கவுட்ஸ் பார்க்குறாங்க. அண்ட் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இனிஷியேட்டிவில் இட்ஸ் நாட் ஈஸி ஃபார் அ பிளேயர். ஏன்னா க்ரௌட்ஸ் இருக்குது, இன்னும் ப்ரெஷர் எப்போவுமே இருக்குது T20 கேம்ஸ். அது மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. நிறைய பிளேயர்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் வாஷிங்டன் சுந்தர் டு சாய் கிஷோர், நட்ராஜன், பேர் சொல்லிட்டே இருக்கலாம். ஆப்வியஸ்லி இப்போ ஆஃப் லேட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் செம்மையாக பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இட்ஸ் கோயிங் டு பிக். நிறைய பேர் பார்ப்பாங்க இந்த டோர்னமெண்ட். ஏன்னா குவாலிட்டி ஹஸ் பீன் குட். த கண்டிஷன்ஸ் ஆர் வெரி குட். ஒரு இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் மேட்ச் மாதிரி நடக்கிறது. ஸோ ஐ திங்க் அண்டர் ப்ரெஷர் எந்த பிளேயர் பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவாங்க. நிறைய பேர் பற்றி பேசியிருக்கோம். ஐ திங்க் நட்ராஜன் மாதிரி ஒரு போலர் இந்த யாக்கர் கிங்னு இங்கே தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணார் டிஎன்பிஎல்ல. வாஷிங்டன் சுந்தர் பவர் பிளேயில் ஒரு மிக பிரமாண்டமான போலர் வந்திருக்காரு. அவர் இங்கே தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணார் அந்த கதையை. லாட் ஆஃப் பிளேயர்ஸ் லைக் விஜய் சங்கர், அப்ரஜித், இந்திரஜித் எல்லாம் பிரில்லியண்டாக பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஐ திங்க் அபினவ் முகுந்த் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் ஆடினார். அருண் கார்த்திக் மாதிரி பிளேயர்ஸ்லாம் இட்ஸ் பீன் கிரேட் பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ்.
அண்ட் லெஜெண்டரி பெயர்கள் சொல்லிக்கிட்டே போயிட்டு இருக்கீங்க.
லாஸ்ட் இயர் 2 யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் அமித் சாத்விக், துஷார் ரஹேஜா பிரில்லியண்டாக ஆடினாங்க. ஸோ அதான் நான் எதிர்பார்க்குறேன் இந்த வருஷமும்.
டெஃபினெட்லி எஸ். இன்னும் நிறைய சூப்பர் ஸ்டார்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு கொண்டு வந்து சேர்க்கறதுல தான் டிஎன்பிஎலோட கடமையாகவே வந்து இங்கே பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. பட் இன்னைக்கு கேமை பார்க்கறதுக்கு முன்னாடி வாங்க பிச் ரிப்போர்ட்க்கு போகலாம்.
Vanakkam, we are all in readiness for this new season as well. We're in Dindigul for this start of the season, first game, and lovely settings out here. It's a very picturesque venue, this one. First of all, the dimensions out here, 54 meters to my right, there's a shorter boundary, 61 to my left, there's a longish boundary, but overall I feel the batsman will be targeting my right side, that's the shorter boundary. But overall, looks really spectacular, this surface as well. Because just seeing the surface, you know, my first impressions are the grass cover of the surface, and that's 22 yards as well. Looks pretty dry. It's the evening game, the first game this season. As I go down, the hardness is also to be seen on this surface. Looks really hard. A lot of rolling has gone into the surface out here. And I feel because the grass cover, the seamers, if they bowl in the right areas early on, they might get a bit of help as well. But the variation for the seamers or the spinners is going to be really important. Overall, I reckon there won't be much difference whether you're batting first or chasing. Dew is not going to be a factor out here. But overall, excellent conditions for a game of cricket. I reckon the team batting first should really target around 180 runs batting first on this surface.
தேங்க்யூ அஜய். அஃப்கோர்ஸ் எஸ் வித்யுத், நீங்களும் வந்தோடனே போய் பிச்சை வந்து பார்த்துருந்தீங்க. நான் ஷெபானியோட போய் பார்த்தேன். ஷெபானி டோல் மீ நல்ல ஒரு பேட்டிங் பிச் மாதிரி தெரியுது அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு அட்வான்டேஜ் யாருக்கு?
பேட்டிங் பிச்சோட ஐ திங்க் இந்த பிச் யூஸ்வலாக அவ்வளோ கிராஸ் இருக்காது. மேபி லாங் டோர்னமெண்ட். ஸோ ஐ திங்க் நீங்கள் கிரவுண்ட் ஸ்பென்னுக்கும் இந்த கிராஸ் நிறையா மேட்சஸ் ஆட முடியும்.
சொல்ல சொல்ல நம்ம பார்க்குறோம் ஆஷ்னாவும் சாய்க்கியும்
போட்டு நோண்டுறாங்க பிச்சை. என்ன இருக்குன்னு ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. நல்லா பிச் தான், அது டவுட்டே இல்லை. பட் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு டெஃபினட்டாக அண்டர் லைட்ஸ் ஃபாஸ்ட் பவுலர்ஸ்க்கு கொஞ்சம் எஃபெக்ட் இருக்கும் இந்த பிச். ஏன்னா ஃப்ரெஷ் பிச், முதல் மேட்ச் ஆடுறவங்க இப்போ தான் ரோல் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸ்லைட் டேம்ப்னஸ் இருக்கும் அண்டர்நீத் தி சர்ஃபேஸ். கிராஸ் கவரிங் இருக்கு. அந்த அளவுக்கு பேட்டுக்கு வராது, கொஞ்சம் மூவ்மெண்ட் இருக்கும். ஓவரால் நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி குட் பேட்டிங் கண்டிஷன்ஸ் தான். பட் யூஸ்வலாக திண்டுக்கல் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பால் பறக்கும் இங்கே அங்கே. இன்னைக்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு இருக்குமா வெயிட் பண்ணி தான் பார்க்கணும். பட் ஐ ஸ்டில் ஃபீல் குவாலிட்டி இந்த ஆஸ் அ ஃபாஸ்ட் பவுலர் இந்த பிச்சில் விக்கெட் எடுக்கலான்னு.
அண்ட் டெஃபினெட்லி எஸ். இதை பற்றி நம்ம பேசிகிட்டே இருக்கும்போது அங்கே முக்கிய புள்ளிகள் 2 பேரை வந்து நம்ம பார்த்தோம். ரெண்டும் நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி அப்படி தேடி தேடி பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அஃப்கோர்ஸ் சாய் கிஷோர், த கேப்டன் ஆஃப் iDream திருப்பூர் தமிழன்ஸ், போன முறை இவரோட தலைமையில் தான் வந்து அந்த வெற்றி கோப்பையை முதல் முறை திருப்பூர் வேறு இது பண்ணாங்க. அஃப்கோர்ஸ் திருப்பூர் டீம்ல இருந்து நிறைய ஸ்டார்ஸை வந்து நம்ம பார்த்தோம். ஒரு அமித் சாத்விகா இருக்கட்டும், எசக்கி முத்துவா இருக்கட்டும், துஷார் ரஹேஜாவா இருக்கட்டும். ஐ திங்க் இந்த மாதிரி டேலண்ட்ஸை திரும்ப திரும்ப பார்க்குறது வந்து ஹவு குட் டஸ் இட் ஃபீல் வித் யூ?
பிரில்லியன்ட். ஐ திங்க் ரொம்ப இம்ப்ரெஸிங். துஷார் ரஹேஜா அண்ட் அமித் சாத்விக் ஓப்பனிங்கில் வந்து ஐ திங்க் தட் சச் அ இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஃபேக்டர் T20 கிரிக்கெட்டில். ஓப்பனிங் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 6 overs யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் கண்டினியூ பண்ணுறீங்க. அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 6 overs ஒரு பிக் ஸ்டார்ட் கச்சா இட் பிகம்ஸ் அ லாட் ஈஸியர் ஃபார் த மிட் ஆர்டர் பேட்டர்ஸ். அதான் நல்லா பண்ணாங்க, கன்சிஸ்டண்ட்டாக இருக்காங்க. தே காம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் ஈச் அதர் வெரி வெல். ஸோ நான் ரொம்ப எதிர்பார்க்குறேங்க அவன் எப்படி பண்ண போகிறாங்க. ஸோ தட் இஸ் கோட் டு பி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். சாய் கிஷோர் ஆஸ் அ லீடர் லாஸ்ட் இயர் பிரில்லியண்ட்டாக கேப்டன் பண்ணாங்க. இவால்வ் ஆயிருக்காரு, நிறையா T20 கிரிக்கெட் ஆடி இருக்காரு, ஐபிஎல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருக்கு. அது வந்து பியூட்டிஃபுல்லாக யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணி கோப்பையை வின் பண்ணாங்க.
அவரை பற்றி ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான விஷயம் வந்து படித்தேன். 4 மணிக்கே எந்திரிச்சு இப்போலாம் வந்து கிரவுண்டுக்கு வந்துடுறாராம். பட் இப்போ அவர் இந்திரஜித் இன்னொரு கேப்டனோட வெயிட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்காரு டாஸில். வாங்க டாஸுக்கு போகலாம்.
தமிழ்நாடு கிரிக்கெட்டின் திருவிழா ஆரம்பம். Hello and welcome to Shriram Capital TNPL 2026. It's toss time of the first game of the season. iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans ready இருக்காங்க. Alongside them, the Dindigul Dragons, the skipper of iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, Sai Kishore. Dindigul Dragons led by Baba Indrajith. A warm welcome to our toss representatives, Mr. Rohit Yogendran, Ishwaran, Team owner, and from DD, Mr. SP Rajesh, the regional general manager from Shriram General Insurance Company. To adjudicate the toss, we have Mr. C. Hemant Kumar. The coin in the hands of Sai Kishore. Give it a flip.
Heads.
Heads is a call. Hemant sir, என்னது? And heads it is. Baba Indrajith.
They're looking to bowl first.
Any specific reason இந்த ட்ராக்ல நிறைய விளையாண்டுருக்கீங்க?
See, obviously கொஞ்சம் கிராஸ் இருக்குது. அண்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கேம் ஆஃப் த டோர்னமெண்ட் விக்கெட் எப்படி ப்ளே பண்ண போகுதுன்னு யாருக்குமே எக்ஸாக்டாக வந்துட்டு கேஜ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் போல் பண்ணிங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு இன்னும் பெட்டர் ஐடியா கிடைக்கும். அந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ரீசன்னால தான் நாங்கள் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃபீல் பண்ணுறோம்.
மனசில் ஏதாவது நம்பரும் இருக்கா இவ்வளோ இருந்தால் ஈஸியாக சேஸ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு?
இல்லை, வெரி டிஃபிகல்ட். பீங் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கேம் ஆஃப் த டோர்னமெண்ட் இட் இஸ் வெரி ஹார்ட் டு கேஜ் த பார் ஸ்கோர். அந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ரீசன்னால தான் 2 டீம்ஸ்க்குமே அப்படி தான் இருக்க போகுது. ஸோ ஏன்னா ஃப்ரெஷ் பிச்சஸ், நிறைய கிராஸ் இருக்குங்க. ஏற்கனவே ஆடி இருக்கும். பட் இந்த மந்தில் இப்போ வந்து ஆடுறதுன்றது கொஞ்சம் டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும்.
எல்லோரும் ஆர்வமாக காத்துக்கிட்டு இருந்தோம். Shriram Capital TNPL 2026. How's the mood in the camp now?
சரி, சூப்பராக இருக்கும். ஆப்வியஸ்லி வந்துட்டு ப்ரெசன்ஸ் ஆஃப் அஸ்வின்னா இருக்குது. எல்லாம் நிறைய கோர் ரீட்டைன் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் இந்த டீம். டிடி எப்போவுமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு பிளேயர் டெவலப்மெண்ட் அண்ட் ஆல்வேஸ் ஃபார் கிரிக்கெட் இருந்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ ஒரு எக்ஸைட்டிங் டேலண்ட்ஸ் எங்கள் டீமில் இருக்காங்க. ஸோ ஆப்வியஸ்லி லேண்ட்மார்க் இயர் நீங்கள் சொன்னீங்க 10th இயர், வெரி 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 எக்ஸைட்டட்.
Give us a good game. All the very best.
Thank you so much.
Sai Kishore, காயின் உங்க சாதகமா விழுந்திருந்தா நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க?
நாங்களும் bowling தான் போட்டிருப்போம், but not worried about batting first.
உங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இந்த சர்ஃபேஸ் நீங்களும் நிறைய ஆடி இருக்கீங்க இந்த சர்ஃபேஸில் இது சேஞ்ச் ஆகும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களா?
கண்டிப்பாக சேஞ்ச் ஆகும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், பிகாஸ் நிறைய கேம்ஸ் ஆட போகிறீங்க, பட் ஃப்ரெஷ் விக்கெட்னால தெரியல, ஸோ பெட்டர் டு லூஸ் த டாஸ்.
ஸ்கிப்பர் ஆஃப் iDream திருப்பூர் தமிழன்ஸ், ஒரு டீம் கல்ச்சர் நீங்கள் உருவாக்கியிருக்கீங்க. ஹவு டஸ் இட் ஃபீல் டு பி அ ஸ்கிப்பர் ஆஃப் சச் அ குட் சைட்?
செம்ம டீம், ஃபுல்லாகவே யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ், டீமில் நல்ல ஒன்னஸ் இருக்குது, பெரிய ஈகோ எதுவும் இல்லை, டீம் எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து இருக்கும். ஹோப்ஃபுல்லி நல்ல சீசனாக இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Give us a fantastic game. All the very best.
Thanks bro, thank you.
So the news from the center, it's the Dindigul Dragons who won the toss and they have decided to bowl first.
தேங்க்யூ சுஹாஸ். இன்ஃபேக்ட் டாஸை வின் பண்ணுற டீம் எப்போவுமே இந்த விஷயம் தான் பண்ணுறாங்க. எந்த சர்ப்ரைஸும் அங்கே இல்லை. பட் 2 டீம்ஸை நம்ம இப்போ இங்கே பார்க்குறோம் வித்யூத். இன்ஃபேக்ட் திண்டுக்கல்ல வந்து ஒரு 4 பேர் வந்திருக்காங்க. மோஹித் மிட்டன்,
4 டெபியூட்டன்ஸ் இன்ஃபேக்ட்.
எஸ், நிரங்கர்,
நிறைய யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் சான்ஸ் தராங்க திண்டுக்கல். அதான் ஐ திங்க் தட்ஸ் a வெரி குட் திங். ஏன்னா அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இந்த பிக் ஸ்டேஜில் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணதுக்கு. பட் எஸ், அனுபவமும் இருக்குது. சந்தீப் வாரியர் மாதிரி ஃபாஸ்ட் bowler இருக்காங்க. அண்ட் எஸ், இந்திரஜித் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஃபேக்டருங்க. அவர் ஐ திங்க் ஹி ஹேஸ் டு ஹோல்ட் த டீம் டுகெதர். பேட்டிங்கும் சரி, கேப்டனும் சரி. பட் குட் யங் டீம். கண்டிப்பாக எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு சேலஞ்ச் பண்ணுவாங்க iDream தமிழன்ஸ்.
இன்ஃபேக்ட் iDream திருப்பூர் தமிழன்ஸ்க்கு பெரிய சேலஞ்ச் என்னவா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, எல்லாமே இந்த புது புது முகங்கள் என்ன பண்ண போகிறாங்க. அஃப்கோர்ஸ் எஸ், அவங்க வந்து அவங்களோட மற்ற கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம் கண்டிப்பாக பார்த்துருப்பாங்க. இன்ஃபேக்ட் பார்க்குறோம், நீங்கள் சொல்கிறீங்க 4 டெபியூட்டான்ஸ், மை காட், லெஜெண்ட் கிட்ட இருந்து அந்த கேப்பை வாங்குறாங்க. ஹவு ப்ரௌட் தில் ஃபீல் இல்லை வித் யூ?
அமேசிங்ல. ஐ திங்க் நிறைய கற்றுக்கலாம். அஸ்வின் டேந்து அங்கே இருக்காரு, மென்டராக இருக்காரு, நிறைய விஷயம். ஐ திங்க் ஒன் ஆஃப் த கிரேட்டஸ்ட் மைண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் கிரிக்கெட் அவர் தான். ஸோ நிறைய விஷயம் அவங்க யங்ஸ்டர் எஸ்பெஷலி இந்த ஃபார்மேட்டில் இட்ஸ் நாட் கோட் பி ஈஸி. அண்டர் ப்ரெஷர் எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுது. அஸ்வின் ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங் இருந்துச்சு, அவர்கிட்ட பேசாலே போகிறோங்க. ஐ ஹாப் த ஜாப் இஸ் டன் அங்கே.
அஃப்கோர்ஸ் எஸ், நம்ம 2 பேரும் நிறைய பேசியிருக்கோம்.
நம்மளும் நிறைய கற்றுருக்கோம் ஆக்சுவலாக அபவுட் த கேம். இஸ் பீன் சச் அ ஃபேண்டாஸ்டிக் லீடர். தாராளமாக சொல்லலாம் பெஸ்ட் கேப்டன் இந்தியா நெவர் ஹேட். ஐ திங்க் இந்தியாவோட லாஸ் தான். ஏன்னா நான் நிறைய ஆடி இருக்கேன் அவரோட. த வே ஹி இஸ் லெட் டீம்ஸ் அட் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஸ்டேஜஸ், ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் டு ஹிம். அண்ட் அவருக்கு என்னென்ன ஒரு கிரேட்டர் அட்வான்டேஜ்னா, ஹி வாண்ட்ஸ் டு கீப் லேர்னிங், ஹி வாண்ட்ஸ் டு கீப் எவால்விங் ஆஸ் அ பிளேயர். And that's why he's been so great over the years. So in the youngsters வந்து at the end of TNPL they'll definitely be much better cricketers.
There'll be a lot of memory to take back அப்படினு வந்து நம்ம சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம். இன்னொரு பக்கம் of course yes, iDream திருப்பூர் தமிழன்ஸ் அவங்களோட ஸ்குவாடும் நம்ம பார்த்தோம். அங்க பெரிய சேஞ்சஸ் எதுவும் இல்லை. டெபியூட்டான்ஸ் யாரும் இல்லை. இட்ஸ் தி சேம் டீம். இன்ஃபேக்ட் ஃபைனல் ஸ்லாட்ல நிறைய பேர் அவங்களே தான் வந்து இப்போவும் இருக்காங்க. What do you read about them with you?
Strong batting lineup. நம்ம சொன்ன மாதிரி obviously Tushar has been very good. Amit, Satvik மாதிரி players, and of course Asidev has been very good in the holding the middle overs together. Sai Kishore experience, Asikim நிறைய good cricketers இருக்கா அந்த டீம்ல. and champions அந்த tag இருக்கும் அவங்களுக்கு. but I strongly believe எப்போ ஒரு டோர்னமெண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது அந்த முதல் மேட்ச் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்டா இருக்கும். அந்த மொமெண்டம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ அதுக்கு தான் கண்டிப்பா தேடுவாங்க iDreams தமிழன்ஸ்.
iDTT DDA
எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு டெஃபினட்டா டக்குன்னு சொல்லலாமா? சரி, iDTT.
அடடா, ஓகே. அவர் வந்து iDTT பக்கம் திரும்புறாரு. நான் திண்டுக்கல் டிராகன்ஸோட வந்து நான் இருக்க போறேன். இப்போ காமெண்டேட்டர்ஸ் கிட்ட போலாம் வாங்க.
All systems go, all lights green, and they're off, as we'd say if it were a race. Now, of course, it is, but it's well over 3 weeks. Welcome to our coverage of a very special 10th edition, a decade of the Tamil Nadu Premier League. And we come to you live from this magnificent ground. I'm so impressed with what I see, ringed by hills, north, west, and south as well. The NPR College Ground in Dindigul, Natham, actually. Charu Sharma and the company of Shibani. Some are making a debut for the Dindigul Dragons, and I will join them by admitting that I'm making my debut here at the TNPL. So delighted to be here. But you, of course, are a veteran, and we know that this league has made such a big difference to the lives of so many cricketers over time.
Well, a very good evening and a very warm welcome, Charu Sharma, to the Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League. As you make your debut here, the Dindigul Dragons also have 4 debutants in their ranks. Before we get to that, Tushar Raheja, he was the leading run scorer of the previous season, 2025 of the TNPL. Over 1,100 runs. Insane in terms of numbers last season.
And of course, a strike rate of nearly 150. That's a match-winning strike rate. Not so for Amit Satvik. Much lower at 124, but still plenty of runs in the tournament. And 750 is the best of 71 now. As an opener, it'll be nice to have 100 behind your name because you do get the opportunity. Maybe it'll be today. But they have been put in by the opposition. And I don't have stats for this, Shabani, but I think the percentage of captains winning the toss in the very first match of a tournament and batting first is probably close to zero. Because everybody wants to soft pedal it for a while, see what the conditions are all about. And even though we hear that the conditions are pretty even and decent for batting, yet of course the Dindigul Dragons have chosen to bowl first. And Bhuvaneshwaran will be doing that duty first up.
You will start with the slip-in position. Bhuvaneshwaran does swing the ball. We'll see if he can extract anything off this surface. There is a good bit of grass cover, as we saw in that pitch report with Ajay Mehra. Yeah, but absolutely brilliant setting here in Nattam at the NPR College Ground. Dindigul Dragons, home team. They generally do, especially in the first game, prefer to bowl first, because you don't know the conditions quite yet, so just suss it out.
9, 8, 7, 6.
And play. Now, there weren't enough nerves to begin with. The countdown can add to that. And I feel for the batsman. First ball, always very important, but for the bowling team as well. As you mentioned, the slip a short third, waiting for the potential edge. Straight away, hoiks it. It's high, but is it long enough? It is! Wow, what a start! Brilliant!
We'll have to see if that went all the way, or was it a 4? It was hung in the air for a long time. It is a 6. Exceptional start from Amit Satwik, opening out his shoulders. First ball was a hint of swing, but Amit Satwik up to the task, going straight down the ground.
Well, we hear the T20 is all about non-stop aggression, and we've just gotten a whiff of it. First ball, fearless. And, maybe that was a 4. We'll check. Again, full, whipped away. And if the first was a boundary, this one will have to be checked again. Very, very close to that shorter side of the field, mind you. 63 yards, the onside from the commentary end. 68 the other side. The team delighted.
Weather for 6 exceptional start, 2 boundaries. First 2 balls of the Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League 2026. Dispatched past the boundary cushions. Amit Satwik, he's seeing the ball well, hitting the ground, running.
And I don't think he caught it from the best part of the bat. Yet, he timed it so well and whipped it over mid-wicket for a 6, just over the boundary line. As I mentioned, that one slightly shorter, 63 yards, so he was only 2 yards over it, but you can be 2 inches over. It's a 6 nevertheless, so what a start for Amit Satwik. And surely a slightly shorter delivery by Bhuvaneshwaran coming up now. Yeah, edged, and 1 bounce 4. Well, this is turning out to be a nightmare for Bhuvaneshwaran. A little unlucky on that delivery.
Shriram Capital, fantastic 4. What a shot. Quick like a Shriram instant gold loan. As you throw your bat at it, this outfield is going to take the ball all the way. It's only going to speed up even after pitching. A fabulous start.
Well, nothing much wrong with that delivery. And Bhuvaneshwaran might well be telling himself, well, I did all the right things. I pulled the length back a bit. I was outside off. And as a result, of course, the slip has been taken away. A sign of early worry for Ashwin and the rest of the Dragons. 14 in 3. Short. And lucky that he didn't glove it. Although the keeper was certainly interested. I can understand that Bhuvaneshwar was getting a little desperate now, trying to do different things. Nothing too wrong with the length there, but the line, you've got to test the batsman, Bhuvaneshwar.
Bhuvaneshwaran was in the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans last year, so he's up against his old teammate and teammates. The opposition this time, and first game.
Well, he's being a little generous. Again, falls slower 1, very clever. So obviously he does have a fair amount of variety. What a good time to pull up a pace-off delivery. And I'll have to suggest that Amit Satwik completely bamboozled.
A knuckleball through the shot early. He's looking square leg because deep mid-wicket is now in position instead of a deep square leg. Slightly different start from Amit Satwik. Generally, Tushar Raheja is the aggressor in this opening partnership, and Amit Satwik likes to take his time, but he's come out with different plans.
Yeah, maybe he heard me telling him that 124 is not a fantastic strike rate. But for now, he's striking at 350. That's the way to go in T20 cricket. He's been a shade fortunate, but he's been uber aggressive. And up again, over mid-wicket. That's a big one. Sweet part of the bat. That is just brilliant.
Second 6 of the game. We're still only in the first over. And what an over it's turning out to be for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans after being asked to bat first. Well balanced at the crease. And plays within his body, plays within his arc. And timing. This one the best of the lot thus far.
It was a slot delivery. Instead of hitting it straight, he used his wrists and whipped it over mid-wicket, almost onto that big screen. And the crowd, of course, in that area delighted. But no catch taken in the crowd. 79 meters, was it, yards? A reasonably big hit. What an over. Bhuvaneshwaran would like to forget it as quickly as possible. 21 runs off it, a ball to go. This could go to hand, and it does! Brilliantly taken! Sliding to his right, a top edge. And that very aggressive start by Amit Satwik comes to a sad end at the first over. Some respite for Bhuvaneshwaran and the iDTT.
A change in length. It was the bumper. Had to take it from his right shoulder. Was not in control. Had to drag it from outside off stump, and a good field change. They did not have that fielder for the first half of the over. And an excellent catch. Good judgment to take it. Karthik Saran in the field. Amit Satwik goes for a quick fire 20-21 for 1 iDTT.
The skipper is on the park. Sai Kishore would have come in a lot earlier than he might have wanted. Let me correct that to respite for the Dindigul Dragons because they're the ones fielding. What a dramatic opening over. 21 runs before Amit Satwik was caught at deep fine. A nice running catch, sliding in the end, keeping his eye on the ball. Not easy in the night sky. He probably had a light tower to contend with as well. At some relief for Bhuvaneshwaran as Sandeep Warrier begins. Oh, a loose delivery first up. Was he trying to go pace off the very first time? Didn't work out for him. Another boundary, this time for Tushar Raheja.
A width on offer, full toss too. Tushar Raheja is not going to miss out. Opens his account with the Shriram fantastic capital 4. Yeah, beautifully driven like Shriram's instant two-wheeler loans. You go over, you're going to reap rewards.
Isn't he one of the quickest bowlers, Sandeep Warrier? I remember that over 140 had such a large number of deliveries last year. Down leg. Well, he did try and get that pace going. And just to keep that pace story, there was a stat of bowlers bowling over 140 kilometers an hour, which is a serious speed. And he had 137 deliveries over 140. And I think the next was about 5 or 6. So this man can bowl quick.
Your pace with consistency. And he gets lift too. We'll just throw back to the wicket of Amit Satwik. 21 runs in that first over, but capped the over with the wicket did Bhuvaneshwaran. Great catch in the deep by Karthik Saran.
Let me repeat that. Karthik Saran did very well. You know, it's always difficult. There are nerves for the batsmen, nerves for the fielders as well. And that was a skyer. It was a top edge, so the ball spinning away and can so easily hit the palms and then drop off. but he did really well to get underneath that, slid, and made sure that his skipper and the bowler would have been delighted, particularly the bowler who was carted to all parts of the park for 5 deliveries in that over, 4 actually. So here we go now. Sandeep Warrier will be looking for making some early inroads with his speed. He's got a slip for the lefty and bounces, and very well underneath the delivery. Tushar Raheja.
He gets good carry to Sandeep Warrier. Indrajith, an astute captain. They did have Ravichandran Ashwin as the skipper the previous season, but Indrajith brings years of experience, and he has Ashwin in the dugout as the mentor.
I think in sum total, Dindigul Dragons will take it. The fact that they've got a wicket in the very first over. Yes, they've given too many runs, but that can be pulled back, as this over suggesting. Oh, edged and easily taken by the keeper. That's disaster. Tushar Raheja, a boundary first ball of the over. And as I was suggesting, they are striking back the Dindigul Dragons. They get their second, and it's a big one.
Change of flow from Sandeep Warrior. He was persisting with the short deliveries, and then this one, fuller in length. Tushar Raheja looking to take him on. Losing his shape, losing his shot, and losing his wicket in the process. And that's the second wicket down here for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans as Tushar Raheja. He walks back for 4, 26 for 2, Tiruppur.
Trouble for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. Pradosh Paul at number 4. Oh, came in a bit. Well, we now see something we haven't seen for a while. A single.
Yeah, they've only been dealing in 4s and 6s and 2 wickets. This is the second to fall. So 2 new batters at the crease, Sai Kishore and Pradosh Ranjan Paul. This was the second to go down, Tushar Raheja. Brilliant from Sandeep Warrior, good planning. There's the confirmation on the ultra edge.
I'll have to suggest that he was a shade unlucky, Tushar Raheja, because normally when you throw your bat at a delivery like that, it takes the edge and flies over the keeper. Wasn't the case. And got just enough bat on that. That will go all the way to the boundary. And crossing the boundary safe and sound like a Shriram fixed deposit. Well done, Sai Kishore. Second over done, 31 for 2. Amit, Tushar, the opener's gone. Amit after a sparkling 20. And Tushar Raheja, a touch unlucky, edging to the keeper. Relatively simple catch for the skipper, Baba Indrajith. But the rival skipper is on the park. Sai Kishore, a handsome boundary, though not fabulously timed in the previous over. Let's take a look at that. Last ball, last over. Sai Kishore opens his account.
His great reach. Does Sai Kishore, tall, long levers. He likes to go straight. That's what he did off the last ball of the previous over. Stand and deliver. The timing, not quite there. But placement, exceptional.
A little excitement in the crowd, but that did hit the ground before. But Pradosh Paul going through a bit of a nervous start here, understandable. It's the first game of this fabulous league. And I have to wax eloquent about more on that later. But here's the pitch. Lots of patches of grass, read by Ajay Mehra earlier as a reasonably good batting pitch with those spots on the side of the pitch are a little disconcerting, but we'll have to ignore them. Maybe 180 on the cards, we'll see. Oh, wow, what a pickup! That ball's traveling, stay out of the way! I think we need helmets in the crowd now. That ball flew!
I concur with that. Airing in line, Bhuvaneshwaran and Pradosh Ranjan Paul just had to help it along. Timing. Takes it the distance, the angle, the pace. Ooh, that is dangerous in the crowd. Yep, we do need helmets. We've seen umpires with helmets and protective gear. May need it in the crowd too.
Well, some form of protection for sure. That was a very quick delivery. And went to the boundary quicker still. Great pickup by Pradosh. I was talking about some nerves. Maybe those have disappeared now. Oh, Sky should be easy. Slip gets underneath. Be careful. And was a very easy catch. So that's 3 down now. As Pradosh just got a little, I suppose, ambitious on that. Wasn't quite there for the pull.
Well directed bumper from Bhuvaneshwaran. They're trying to convert it from offside to leg side, getting a little tall on him. Late on the ball, and Vimal Kumar with a well-judged catch went high into the night sky. And never easy as it comes down under lights. He does well. He is a good fielder, Vimal Kumar, and proving that tonight again. The third wicket goes down in the form of Pradosh Ranjan Paul for 7, 37 for 3.
Mohammad Ali at the crease now. Troubled times for Tiruppur Tamizhans. Very well played. A little bit of work for deep backward point. A wide third man really to do. So some calm in the field as we get a single. But here, let's go back. So that wicket.
Yeah, the previous delivery flew over the boundary for a 6 because the line was outside leg stump. This direction was good. Right on target. Persist with the short ball. And getting the better of Pradosh Ranjan Paul.
Well, I don't want to get too critical, but that catch was taken by Vimal Kumar about a foot outside of the body, which is a recipe for disaster potentially. But of course, made it look quite easy. Closer to the body, Vimal. Is that a wide? No, he gets away with it. Sai Kishore won't be too delighted. Will they go upstairs? No, I don't think so. 3 overs done. Tiruppur, shaky, 38 for 3. The expressman will continue. Sandeep Warrier from the commentary end, the southern end of the ground. The northern end, by the way, is a lot prettier with all the hills that surround the ground, and they go all the way to the west and certainly more to the southwest. And you can't see that at night, so I beg your pardon, but it's a really pretty place. Yeah, realized it wasn't quite there for the drive. So having the captain certainly helps. Mohammad Ali may have been told by Sai Kishore, listen, we've got enough runs. Let's not go crazy. Let's not continue to go crazy during the power play. And if we can just preserve wickets now, because preserving wickets to me is really the key in T20, because you can explode quite crazily in the last 5-7.
Muhammad Ali, good all-rounder, bowls off spin, aggressive and explosive batter. Sai Kishore can hit a long ball. So that's the key, to play through.
Very, very fortunate. Tried to go for the pole, mistimed it completely. As mid-on, mid-off, both were interested for a while, but it fell in a very safe place just behind the bowler. Lucky, Muhammad Ali.
135, the first delivery. 138 clicks, the second one from Sandeep Warrier. He's working his pace up, but it also combine it with the length that he's bowling can be difficult to get away, as we've seen.
I'm tempted to say Lucky Ali. Oh, did I say Lucky Ali? Very lucky, going across the line, and must have missed the off stump by a whisker.
Slower delivery, fuller in length. Yes, yes. Looking for the big shot. That's what he likes to do. He's a counter puncher. Muhammad Ali.
Well, as long as he stings like a bee, we'll see. For the moment, it's all Dindigul Dragons taking 3 early wickets in this opening game. What a start. Crackerjack, this first match, season 10. Oh, that's smashed away. But to his credit, kept it along the ground. No chance for the mid-wicket fielder inside the 30-yard circle. And they're back to their boundary ways.
A Shriram Capital fantastic four. That four has worked magic like Shriram working Capital loan. Well in control of that shot, as you mentioned, all along the carpet. Gets into a good position and hits it on top of the bounce. It's gonna fly away. Value for runs, value for shots.
I don't want to sound old-fashioned, but I like shots that are along the ground, just less dangerous. Oh, another express delivery outside off. He felt like, it looked like he wanted to fiddle with it and then bailed out towards the end.
Especially in the power play. In the first 6 overs, when you're only allowed 2 fielders outside the inner circle, you have plenty of boundary options. You don't have to look for the 6, you can just chip it over. Or if you can, pierce the gap. You're going to pick up a 4 every time.
Actually, go with that. Even if you hit in the air, you have to get a little unlucky. As the first wicket proved, if you sky it and you get caught with only 2 fielders outside, that's just very, very unlucky. 4 done, 42 for 3. Well, apart from the fact that sixes look spectacular, the reason most openers or in the power play, most players go for them is one, of course, the hard ball. It travels very quickly. And I'll get back to that. Oh, slower one and should be taken very easily. The skipper tricked by Bhuvaneshwaran, who gets his second. That was a soft dismissal. Sai Kishore bamboozled by that pace-off delivery, and he will walk back to the pavilion with his team in disarray.
Early into this shot, looking to go over, does not get enough. Was the slower delivery. He's been good with his knuckleballs. An easy catch by the debutant Nirankar Sharma. That's the 4th one down here for iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans in a spot of bother. Sai Kishore goes for 4, 42 on the board for 4.
Well, the modern cricketer may not back me on this, but what Sai Kishore did is exactly what I was talking about. Instead of being patient playing along the ground, decided to go for it, mistimed, easy catch. This time within the circle, and he will go back and feel really sorry about himself. However, got a new man in, Sasidev, decent strike rate, but not match-winning one. Sufficiently outside off, although the slip thought it might actually crash onto the off stump, but well away.
Into movement. Just another look at Sai Kishore's wicket early into this shot. And didn't quite go through with it, it feels like. Didn't get the timing. Yeah, but it's been good. The good plans from the Dindigul Dragons bowlers. They've mixed it up. They've mixed the length up really well.
I'm glad to see that the slip is back, putting pressure on the new bats, and there have been new bats all the way through this innings. Sasi Dev has just come in. Bhuvaneshwaran tonight was very full to begin with. Gave a few boundaries away, a couple of sixes as well. The wicket deliveries, certainly decent line.
Yeah, right and left-handers at the crease. More left-handers in this lineup for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. He does shape the ball in to the left-hander.
Sweet. Now how about that? Silken by Sasi Dev. Certainly pleases me. No danger at all. Pierces the field. And that's another fabulous four. So well planned, like Shriram's life insurance plans.
Just leans into it, uses the width. Just watch his body lean into the shot. Has so much experience, does Sasi Dev. He's going to have to bring all of it to the fore in this game. Tiruppur are 4 down inside the power play.
Just inside that suggestive line, I think not a wide. Nothing too wrong with that score, by the way, Shabani. They got 46 runs. If they get to, say, 55 or so in their 6 overs, that wouldn't be too bad at all. It's just the number of wickets lost. That's a big problem for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, and that's something they need to now be very careful of. No more wickets lost till, I'm suggesting, in an ideal world, maybe the 14th or 15th over. We'll see how it all goes. Last ball of the 5th over. Hasn't he bowled well, Bhuvaneshwaran? 3 for 32. And that's how it'll remain. The end of 5, 46 for 4.
Well, the power play has been quite dramatic. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans losing wickets, got off to a fantastic start. 21 of the first over. It's going to be M. Karthik Saran who's come into the bowling attack. Only 3 wickets in his 13 matches. Just plays that one towards mid-on. Muhammad Ali walking out to bat. The team in trouble, the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, the defending champions of the Shriram Capital TNPL. These two teams played the final last year. The Tiruppur Tamizhans were fantastic, got a big score, over 200, and then defended it with conviction. But the Dindigul Dragons seem to be returning the favor in this match. Hit towards point for a single. And with that, it's time to welcome Deba and Sen into the commentary box. A lot of drama in this phase of the game. We've had everything. The question for you is, can Muhammad Ali pack a punch?
Well said. Absolutely. Frenetic start. As if the 7 cups of coffee through the day weren't enough. This has definitely woken me up. Because we've had everything. We've had 4s, we've had 6s, we've had some good bouncers. A good utilization of the length and bounce on this pitch by the seamers from Dindigul Dragons. And what's very important is to see how iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans are able to negotiate this last over, this last phase, and see what approach they take in the middle overs.
Works that away. Very fine. That's going to be a 4. A Shriram Capital fantastic 4. And they need a few, but they need that stability. They've got someone like a U Shashi Dev in the middle who's got a lot of experience, may I add, Deba, and he's been playing this tournament since its inception in 2016.
Absolutely, and similarly, now that he's come on as the backup seamer, Karthik Sharan has to try and back up what's been done by the likes of Sandeep Warrior as well as Bhuvaneshwaran. Cannot afford to stray in line because we have seen that this is a good pitch. There are runs to be had.
Flicked away towards backward square leg, will be a single. Meanwhile, the 50 is up already for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. It's been some work getting there. Well, Debayan, the first over had everything, obviously, as you know, 21 runs, and Amit Sathwik was off with a bang. And it looked like the openers are going to continue from where they left off last year. But the Dindigul Dragons have done extremely well to bounce back.
It's a good pullback job, but it's also a cautionary tale that sometimes over-aggression can get the better of you.
Works that towards mid-wicket. Will they push for two? Only a single. Good work by the fielder in the deep. Got to cover your angles, put pressure on the batters as well. The batters also want to put pressure on you. They might act that they want to run.
Yeah, it's only a few overs in, but the fielding standards look to be good. There are some swift movers, some safe catchers around, especially in this Dindigul Dragons team. We saw their chief mentor, R. Ashwin, really sporting a smile a little while ago.
Comfortably played towards the leg side for a single to finish the over. The power play is done. It's going to be 54 for 4. With the power play done, let's have a look at what happened. Amit Sathwik started off with fire, flicking that towards mid-wicket for 6. Pulled this one in the deep. It was a very good catch at fine leg, never easy, there are nerves. And then in the next over, Tushar Raheja sent packing as well. It just looked like the Tiruppur Tamizhans played one shot too many.
Yeah, just tried to play an overdrive all the way through. And a slightly inexplicable shot from the skipper himself, Sai Kishore. Would have been very disappointed with that. The leg spinner comes in. On debut today, Nirankar Sharma took one of those catches as well. And it is when they actually shortened the length, the IOD analysis.
Not the best of starts for Nirankar on debut. Good on the captain to have a word. Well, let's have a look at the IOB analysis. And Debayan, you were talking about bowling it a little short.
Yeah, as soon as they pitched it a little shorter of a length, especially the seamers, they were able to get some joy for themselves. Because we saw in that first over, if you remember, when Amit Sathwik was going great guns, there were a few balls which were pretty much in his arc and he was having a nice go at them, getting some great shots in. But as soon as it was pitched in short, that's what led to his downfall.
Works that away towards mid-wicket for a single. They will push for the second. There was a big vacant gap and it was played with soft hands. The fielder had to run in from the boundary. This is experience from Shashi Dev.
Yeah, from a Dindigul perspective, you cannot get overconfident in this situation because this is a team which bats deep. They are the defending champions. They're running hard. They know the importance of those quick singles and twos in these middle overs. And they still have enough firepower to post what could be a substantial total on this pitch. I would think anywhere in the region of 180 to 190 could prove to be competitive because they themselves have quite a few decent bowling resources.
That's the field that they've set for Shashi Dev. Another dot ball, but must tell you a few things about you, Shashi Dev, who's been a part of this tournament since 2016. His overall career strike rate is 125. But there's Ravichandran Ashwin, the mentor of the Dindigul Dragons. And we also saw Guru Kedarnath, who's also one of the known figures here in Tamil Nadu cricket, was playing during the initial seasons of this tournament. Once again, another dot ball. It's a good comeback by Nirankar after a tough start with those couple of wides. There's Guru Kedarnath to your left, was a spinner himself.
Yeah, when you've got him, when you've got Ashwin in your coaching staff, for young Nirankar, it's pretty much the dream combination. This time does stray down the leg side, will be called a wide. But it's a tidy start thus far.
Yes, and just to bring back the point about you, Shashi, they were 125 as career strike rate in the Shriram Capital TNPL, but last year his strike rate was up to 182. Plays that towards backward square for a single. And also to bring home the point of what Shashidev is capable of, in the final he got 20 of 11, but in the qualifier 2, which was an important match of course, he got 57 of 26 against the Chepauk Super Gillies, and it's wonderful to see the Natham crowd coming out to support this tournament, and we've seen this over the years as well. Majority of them students. Plays that off the back foot straight to the fielder, a single to finish the 7th. It's 61 for 4. Well, there's the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans innings. Amit Sathwik with a fiery start, 20 of only 6. Tushar Raheja, the orange cap winner from last year, got off the mark with a 4 first ball, then he was out. Sai Kishore, the captain, promoting himself to number 3, also hit a 4, then he got out. Well, the best a man can get, that's what Gillette is here to bring.
I'm not sure the gentleman there has been using it, but I can assure you that both of the members of the English commentary box at the moment are regular adherents to Gillette.
Karupaswamy on debut. That's been played beautifully. A good effort by mid-off. Certainly taken the pace off the ball and saved a certain boundary.
Yeah, this was what I was mentioning earlier, that there are some good fielding standards on display already in the first match of the Shriram Capital TNPL for this season. Banged in shot, decent punch of the back foot, and then full commitment. Great effort, outstanding work by Anurag.
A great player once said that fielding truly reflects the soul of a side. It just tells you the confidence, the morale. A good looking drive yet again for a single through the offside. Well, for Muhammad Ali, if he has to pack a punch, it's the kind of a bout where he's got to really tire his opponent out and bat through to the end.
You know, the good thing is, in the first 5 overs, they had such a brisk start, even though they lost those wickets. Ah, there's a familiar face.
There's Sarvaran Hari. Doesn't go anywhere without that number 7 jersey. Is always painted in yellow. And that curly hairdo is always very iconic.
Yeah, I'm disappointed he's wearing a vest. Normally, he colors that bit as well. Probably just a bit nippy for him. We are at the foothills of the Sirumalai range. Oh! We have just been praising the fielding standards, but that was a big miss. That wasn't a particularly difficult one either.
It was Nirankar at short cover, and it looked like Shashidev had just checked his drive, which is why he skied it. Not the easiest of chances, but they need to be taken. The Dindigul Dragons have set high standards for themselves on the field today. The first blemish.
Yeah, seemed like he just misjudged that jump. The timing of the jump was a little off. Needed to go a little later. And because he was already airborne, just couldn't get any control. Short ball yet again. Played towards the fielder yet again. This time there's no mistake. Another bites the dust. Muhammad Ali, unfortunately, this time he's the recipient of the knockout punch rather than dealing it out.
Well, this time Muhammad Ali did try to float like a butterfly, but he was stung like a bee by the fielder there at deep third man. Just helped it along. And you play those shots if that third man fielder is inside the circle. Karupaswamy with his first success in the Shriram Capital TNPL. Welcome, young man. But Muhammad Ali has got to go back for 11 of 14. Tiruppur Tamizhans have lost half their side for 65. Well, the defending champions, the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, having lost half their side, have opted for an impact player. The umpire will confirm that. He'll make the signal. There we have it, the confirmation that in the hour of crisis, the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans have trusted S. Ganesh, and he substituted Pradosh Ranjan Paul, who's already been dismissed. Interesting that they have been forced to play an impact player, but that's the kind of situation that they face. Considering the fact that they are batting first, they would have saved that impact substitution for their fielding innings.
And yet again, the extra bounce on this pitch accounting for a batter. Just not able to time it as well as he wanted to. And this young man looks like a slippery quick bowler, Shakti Karupaswamy. Just before the match, our other colleague who was alongside me in the Hindi commentary box, Ajay Mehra, he was telling us that he had a chat with the mentor, R. Ashwin. Oh, that's a great ball. Probably just sliding down leg side. And he was mentioning that Ashwin was saying that watch out for some of our fast bowlers. We've got some real exciting fast bowling talent in the squad.
And if Ashwin says it, you've got to take him at his word, because we know a very cerebral mind in the sport. One of the best tacticians that you will ever meet. Let's have a look at that replay. It was a good shot. Scrambled seam. Yeah, that's sliding down leg. Ganesh would have let the sigh of relief. And just to tell you a little bit about Ganesh, he's been a part of this tournament since 2019. Hit that. It's a little uppish. Pass point. Stopped by the fielder at third. Still living dangerously. 8 gone, 67 for 5. Tell you what, if your name has Bhuvneshwar in it, 2026 is a good year for you. He's already gotten 3 wickets, Bhuvneshwaran. Well, tried to play the sweep there. Didn't quite connect it. Nirankar will breathe a sigh of relief if he gets Shashidev, because he was the man who dropped him in the previous over. This was the mistimed sweep shot. Hit it onto the ground, then his own body.
Actually, might have actually hit it onto his boot, which is why there was a shout of catch it, but just didn't ricochet back towards the bowler. But this is a confident, good start by the leggy. Seems to have decent control. Has struggled in terms of a few wides, but it's still quite tidy. Just 8 runs from his 1.2 overs thus far.
Well, this is where dreams really take shape and they begin. At a young age, when you see your heroes, you want to emulate them. Of course, playing for the country is the biggest dream, but a platform like the Shriram Capital TNPL is certainly contributing. Think about the likes of Natarajan, starting off from a small village and then making it to a place like the Gabba and making history.
Good captaincy now. A slip in place as well for the new man in, Ganesh. What it has done is put a severe amount of pressure on the Tiruppur Tamizhans. The fact that they have already used up that impact sub also means they won't have an additional bowling resource. Beautifully bowled. Done in by the googly.
If anyone's having a dream, it's the Dindigul Dragons. Look at that ball. A dream delivery, truly, from Nirankar. It's his first wicket in the Shriram Capital TNPL, and one to savor and remember. The slip brought in place. It was in that corridor of uncertainty, and just off the bat and on to the stumps.
Yeah, fullish length. Far too full for him to go onto the back foot. And that's where he gets stuck. Doesn't read it off the fingers as well. He has to go for a blob. So the impact's up. Doesn't make an impact. 68 for 6.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Stay in the present, Nirankar.
Anowankar walking out to bat at number 8. A slip still in place. Cramped him for room there. It's been a very good spell by Nirankar. And there's Anowankar. It's his 4th match in the Shriram Capital TNPL. But must tell you that out of those 28 runs, he got 25 of them in the final last year.
Missed that wicket again. The googly not picked up well enough. And he's bowled beautifully because he's also working with a substantial breeze. The end from which he's bowling, it's going across from right to left. And it's just aiding the ball to drift a little bit across as well. Wants to go in for a review, but looked like it was just going down leg side. They've gone in for the IOB review.
Give me front on first, please. We pad first. Can we confirm that with Ultra Edge, please? Clearly off the pad, and I see a gap between bat and pad and ball. So we can move on to ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets hitting. I'm going back on field to Anant. Anant, I need you to reverse your decision. You're on screen now.
What a review. We thought that it was optimistic more than anything. But then Nirankar on debut showing his magic. That's gotten some applause from Sarvanan as well in the stands. It was thanks to that review. Anowankar heads back without troubling the scorers. The Tiruppur Tamizhans in further trouble now. 9 gone, 68 for 7. Tell you what, it's been an inspired bowling performance by the Dindigul Dragons. Bhuvneshwaran was attacked in the first over, came back, bounced back in style with those 3 wickets. And then the others have also continued on those efforts. Mohan Prasad walks in. Sasidev is the lone figure out there amidst the ruins of this iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans innings. Let's have a look at this IOB review, which was successful for the Dindigul Dragons. Here in the commentary box, we thought it was optimistic, Debayan, but credit to the bowler.
Yeah, superb over that because he's picked up 2 wickets. He's got 1 bowled, 1 LB, and he's only conceded 1 run. Really running amok, and this has been a superb bowling performance. Just looking at those bowling figures, one felt a little sorry for Karthik Saran, who must be wondering, what have I done? He must be getting a bit of FOMO. No wickets for him yet.
Yes, absolutely. And he'd want to join the party later, of course. And you were just mentioning that Ashwin told one of our co-commentators that watch out for our fast bowlers. Maybe it was typical Ashwin. He didn't tell us about the spinner. And look what the spinner has been able to do.
Yeah, superb from the skipper. In the way that he's marshaled his resources as well. Took that lovely catch which got rid of Tushar Raheja, the principal threat from the previous season.
No.
And of course, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Tiruppur Tamizhans to build on this. We are having a look at the boost milkshake, high energy moments. It was certainly a start that was high in energy. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans came out swinging. But then they ran into a bowling attack that has truly responded very well to that assault.
Yeah, boost is now available in milkshake packs, but this has been quite a shake-up. The bowling performance from the Dindigul Dragons.
If anything now, somehow the message for the batters out in the middle would be to bat out the overs. It's difficult now that you only have 3 overs left, but then someone like a U Shashidev will have to use all his experience and farm the strike. He's got to face most of the deliveries. We are not even halfway through in this innings, and it's been a difficult start for the defending champions.
A very intelligent bowling as well from Karupasamy. Young man, first match that he's playing, and pretty much keeping it stump to stump, just varying the length a little bit, but ensuring that he doesn't stray in terms of his line at all.
And just to tell you what happened in the final last year with the Tiruppur Tamizhans getting 220 in their 20 overs, and then they bowled out the Dindigul Dragons for only 102. A full delivery to finish and a dot ball as well. Halfway through the Tiruppur Tamizhans innings, they are 70 for 7.
Well, anything but a dream start for iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. They were put into bat as Dindigul Dragons won the toss, and for the moment it's been all Dragons. 7 wickets down at the halfway stage of the innings, and it's my pleasure to welcome my young friend Suhas with me.
Thank you so much, Charu. And Nirankar, hasn't he been terrific? Spinning a web around the batters. It was almost as if he was raring to go. Raring for the Shriram Capital TNPL to begin.
Always nice to see a leggy, a wrist spinner, and for the debutant, 2 for 9. And he's tossing it up again, that edge! Looks like, or sounds like there was an edge. Maybe he hit it the ground, we'll see. Tough times continue, and had they got the big fish of Sasidev, it would almost have been over. A little bit of a discussion about whether they want to go upstairs.
Certainly head. We heard 2 sounds, didn't we? Now what does the third umpire say?
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for a caught behind. The original decision is not out. I've checked the feet. It's a fair delivery. Give me front on first, please. Can you rock and roll that for me? Okay. I can see that the bat has touched the ground as well. Can we confirm that with Ultra Edge, please? Can we get this out? Can we get this out? Give me just a moment here. I need that IOB graphics off so that I can see the ball and bat clearly. Okay, thank you. All right. I can see that the bat has still not made contact with the ground, and I can see a spike as the ball is next to the bat. And can you continue with the catch, please? I want to confirm if the catch is taken cleanly. Yes, please keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Yes, the catch is taken cleanly. I'm going back on field to Anand. Anand, I need you to reverse your decision. You're on screen now.
Great decision to have gone for the IOB review. The finger goes up and the leggy succeeds in getting another. Captain behind the wickets. Indrajith's been absolutely incredible with the gloves and decision making.
A delight for one side, but disappointment for the other. Sasi Dev, who was there for a while, trying to rescue his innings. His team gone for 17 as Nirankar strikes again. It's 71 for 8. So number 9 walks out for iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, and their innings continue to be in complete disarray. What a disappointment. Inaugural match here, the 10th season of the TNPL, and it hasn't worked out for the Tamizhans at all. In contrast, Dindigul, being taken for 21 in that first over, have struck back, and how?
The bat did hit the ground, but that was a split second later. First it got the edge. If only a batter could synchronize both those things. And talking about synchronizing, reminds me of swimming. Hence reminds me of you once again.
Well, listen, that's like a lifetime ago. A lifetime ago. But great to see the number of people here. I am so pleasantly surprised to see that we've got a full house. It's not a huge stadium, and that's what we need for tournaments such as these. Smaller stadiums, smaller cities, less going on. And aren't they enjoying the proceedings? If they are fans of the Tiruppur team, then maybe not. Again, tossing it up. You know, he's doing it so simply. Mr. Sharma here, Nirankar. Just tosses it up, lets the spin do the work. And he's got the Tiruppur team tied up in knots. Imagine, 3 for 11 on debut. Yeah, and he's not through yet.
Tiruppur Tamizhans, he's borrowed the word dream. It's a dream start for him, Nirankar.
It absolutely is, and I think we're through with the 11, so we'll come back to that. 73 for 8. Not a pretty picture. Amit Sathwik starting out in terrific fashion. If we hold out, rather unfortunately, at deep fine, but the rest really didn't get going at all. And it was a great comeback for Bhuvaneshwaran. 3 for 32. He's bowled only 3 after giving 21 runs in the first 4 deliveries. He's finished with 3 for 32 in 3. Not finished, I should say, currently. But more than matched by Nirankar Sharma. 3 for 11 in his 3. What a start. I was about to say dream start, but I think we'll leave dream for the other team.
Sekimoto's batting will also be tested a lot more. It's about surviving the 20 overs for the iDTT. It's not a word that you usually associate with T20 surviving. But Kaveri Hospitals, our medical partner, they ensure that if anyone's hurt, they're there first.
May I add, God forbid, hurt. And if you didn't see that number, see it again. Dial 4000, 6000. This team in pretty good shape so far. Got right behind that. No fear for the young man, Mohan Prashant. It's only a single, but I think you mentioned something about keeping wickets, did you? Or keeping wickets in hand? I think that should be the mantra now. Nearly 12 overs to go. We need to make sure that Tiruppur last the 20th. And if they can, without losing any more wickets, the runs will come.
Absolutely, and goes without saying that Isaki Muthu will have a lot more confidence the next time he is required with the bat in hand in case the iDTT need him.
Yeah, Karupasamy just getting a little carried away. That was the wrong half of the pitch. Sailed over Isaki Muthu.
The short delivery has been a great tactic. On that occasion, not a challenge presented whatsoever. Needed a trampoline to get anywhere close to that Isaki Muthu. But I'll tell you what, had he edged it, trying to play that shot, coach would have told him, why don't you walk the other way?
Well, every time a short ball is well directed, in modern cricket, you do try and see if you can play the ramp. Oh, that's a wild swing, nowhere near the ball. But we have to be kind now because Isaki Muthu and Mohan Prashant are not the primary batsmen for their team. They're much more for the bowling. And at number 9 and 10, you don't expect them to be match winners. But we do expect them in the modern game to not throw their wicket away knowing that the team is in trouble.
37 balls since the last boundary. We are playing in Natham. The boundaries are back in Madurai.
Sounds like a crazy stat in T20 cricket. 38 deliveries now. That's 6 sevens, 42, almost 7 overs and no boundary. And contrast that with the way they started. 2 sixes and a 4, a couple of 4s to begin with. 21 runs in the first 4 deliveries and now no boundary in 38. Thank you, ladies, for turning up. Hope you're enjoying the action. It's a hard ball, so watch it when it comes in your direction. Make sure that you stick a hand out or something. We don't want anybody hurt. We want you all to be enjoying the action here. It's a great ground, picturesque. Not that you can see that at night. But we want you back every day. Very full. And of course, I think pace off now. 2 is definitely the call. And they complete it easily. See, runs will come. 12 are gone. 79 for 8.
Okay, sir. Push for it, sir.
.58. Let's not get them too far. But if they can climb up to 8, maybe 140, 150, gives them half a chance. And Dindigul Dragons have done very well to win the toss and bowl first. It's worked wonders for them. A slip for Sharma and he almost picks up another. That full toss, a rare bad delivery, going for only a single, but it could have gone to hand at long off.
Shriram has been a master of changing his pace, but also bowling within the stumps to make the batter a candidate for LBW as well if required. Barring that occasion when he threw it out wide, generated the edge and the captain did the rest. Slip in place.
Almost came into the picture, the slip. A tentative poke at that, luckily no outside edge. And I say once again, Isaki Muthu and Mohan Prashant are not there to win the game with the bat. But how well has Nirankar Sharma bowled, tossing it up, very uncomplicated. And because nobody has been able to attack him, he's just bowled a very good length and line. Unless you charge out and try and tonk him for a couple of sixes, he's just going to keep putting it on the spot, as he is. Oh, a rare short delivery just when I said that. Yet no timing on that pull.
She's enjoying every bit of this, and why not? That's the beauty of Shriram Capital TNPL. Cricket fans of all age groups, welcome. And Nirankar is indeed putting on a show. His initiation into this league has been terrific.
That's it.
Edged, and that will fly. Probably go all the way to the boundary quite easily. A shade lucky there. Mohan Prashant could have gone to short third. Was a little wide. Again, very good delivery. Just a little unlucky Nirankar that he did not pick up his fourth. And in contrast, Mohan, of course, a shade lucky. The four as secure as Shriram's life insurance plans.
Yes, he's searching for luck here, not skill. Nirankar. And it's around the corner.
Ball, very well ball.
And just when I said that you need a little bit of adventure against Nirankar to throw him off, they take the second. A late decision, not supported by the non-striker. Esaki Muthu, you don't know what's going on. That was hit pretty hard, went to the boundary quickly enough, but ultimately easy too.
Out of all people, I thought the word would be to play out the spinner. Not the case. A little late to respond, but happy that he got there in the end, also because of a wayward throw.
Oh, that's weighted very well. Take the double. Come on. There it is. Sorry, I'm sort of getting excited because they just showed no urgency. It was so well weighted. The double was on and they finally took it. Tiruppur 89 for 8. Bhuvaneshwaram 3 for 32, and to think that in the first 4 deliveries he bowled, he was smacked around for 21. What a start! What a start to this 10th edition. The first one almost a 6 and then a couple thereafter, but he fought that well. And of course Nirankar Sharma doing so well. 3 for 21. He's finished his spell. Did really well. Sunil Subramaniam, welcome to the party. He of course is a chief selector now, isn't he, of Tamil Nadu Cricket Association. Met him before the game started, and he will be looking for some new talent, which is what these leagues throw up. Very quick, sliding down maybe, as the chief destroyer, or should we say the fastest bowler of the league by far, by miles, Sandeep Warrier comes back. Some discussion about DRS.
And if I had to translate from Tamil, the idea was not if it's missing or hitting. The idea was we have 3 left, we can't carry it home. Let's go.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I've checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Give me front on first, please. Okay, can you rock and roll that for me? Yeah. Looks like the ball has missed the bat. Can we confirm that with Ultra Edge, please? Yeah, keep rolling. Can you go back from in front of the bat, please? Okay, keep rolling now. I can see a gap on the left-hand side screen and the ball has passed the bat now. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. No bat involved. Move on to ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching outside off, impact in line, wickets missing. I'm going back on field to Rajesh. Rajesh, please stay with your original not out call. You're on screen now.
Coming out of the IOB review, both of them were very content. Sandeep Warrier and the captain, they knew why they went up there. And Esaki Muthu breathes a sigh of relief as he saw the ball bounce a little more.
I think Sandeep was quite convinced it was not going to crash the stumps, but the keeper, and you're right, I think the translation was exactly right. Whoa, why take it home? Fuller! But going down leg. And you can understand with that kind of pace, Esaki Muthu is quite content to move away to the onside, trying to stay out of trouble. With Bhuvaneshwaran taking 3, the debutant Nirankar taking 3, I think Sandeep Warrior must be saying, excuse me, I'm the lead bowler here. I'm the quickest. I want some more. Can't have false slips. That could have gone to hand. But again, jumping away to the onside. And once again, I don't want to sound too critical. This is number 9 and 10 we're talking about. But they're trying to get away from the line of the ball. Nobody likes to get hit when somebody's bowling at 140 and change.
Absolutely. I think the idea should be Sandeep Warrior. You give pace, I give placement. Sakimuthu, Mohan Prasad, both of them are going to score runs that they got to defend eventually.
I think needs to be a little fuller, Sandeep Warrior, to get the wickets. Well, a bit like that, but that was terrific. Very well driven. Quality shot by Sakimuthu. Just a shade too full. I was suggesting a little fuller, not that full. It was in the spot. And trust him to smack 4 like that, just like Shriram Chits.
Little bit of a follow through, MS Dhoni like, and it does the trick. Warrior was left wondering. I never knew you had that shot. Sakimuthu growing in confidence.
Perhaps going in for Yorker. That turned out to be a slot delivery. Sandeep. Well, he said nobody likes to get hit when you have pace. That's your stock delivery coming back after being hit for a boundary.
Typical fast bowler's reaction. And somewhere it's also about placing that shorter delivery as well. Because there's only so many that you can bowl in the over. You don't want to get too predictable by holding it towards the end.
Three outfielders on the leg side and 2 behind square on the leg. That's a bit of a strange field. Deep square and deep fine. Will they take the second? Will they take it for the throw? No, I think that's a sensible decision. 14 done. 96 for it. Talk about a downhill ride after that first over. Nothing's worked for the Tiruppur team. Losing wickets regularly, and now they're down to 8. Back in the hutch, number 9 and 10 in there. So as I have to suggest that this has been a rather forgettable match for the iDTT. Considering it's the inaugural match, they'd like to forget it as quickly as possible. But you mentioned that perhaps even 125, 130 might work.
And they might get there too with shots of this kind. A crucial 4. Be prepared for such crucial moments in life with Shriram Chits. 100 comes up.
Well done. Karthik Saran, not quite the same pace as Sandeep. So nothing delivery. And he threw his bat at it, did Sakimuthu. And he caught plenty of that. Way over the infield, nobody there. I wonder if they'll ball follow. No. There's lots of hands moving around by Baba Indrajith, but we're still the same field. So we've got a deep point, a deep third, and that's the offside boundary fielders. 3 on the leg. Oh, that's just evasive action, but it gets him a single.
After going for 20 odd in the over, Tiruppur found the first wicket. Excellent work by Saran, who made it look simple towards the end, was swerving the ball. And then the captain, who was delivering behind the wickets, made absolutely no mistake there. It was flying towards the slip fielder, but Tushar Raheja, to see his back early, went a lot indeed for the Dragons, and they continue to chip away with the wickets. The Pacers did their bit, and then came the spinners. Sai Kishore not reading the slower delivery at all.
Again, moving well away to the onside, trying to manufacture something on the off, but staying away from the pace. And then, of course, this one, a half ramp, a half slash, and straight to third. An easy catch. This a little unlucky, trying to dab it through, got the inside edge, but well bowled, Mr. Sharma. And again, he was a little lucky, I think, with that leg before. The ball largely missing, just about clipping. And of course, another contentious decision. But Sharma, now that was another wild swing back to live action. And Sakimuthu has been adventurous, so has Mohan Prashant. They've done pretty well for their team. Stand now got pretty decent. 31 from 27. We'll take it at number 9 and 10.
We're living in an era where the word tail-ender has become a little less liked by anybody who turns up with a bat. You bat till 11. And Sakimuthu getting runs under his belt is going to do wonders to his confidence. Only height, no distance. And the captain, who's been blemish-free tonight, continues to trouble the opposition. Never easy. Looking over his shoulder. But he ensured it was pouched to perfection.
Well, it wasn't quite easy. The ball was high, it was swirling, but he called pretty quickly a knuckle delivery there. No timing for that pull. And it was very well taken in the end by the skipper. He's done a lot of good work. And since that call was nice and loud and early, the man coming in from the deep left it alone. Sakimuthu's adventurous 15. Not a very good strike rate, but let's not quibble about that. Comes to an end. It's 102 for 9. Last man in, Silambarasan. And you said this before, we'll say it again. Last the 20 overs if you can, but easier said than done. Last ball of the 15th over, and all the bowlers are in the hunt.
Beyond the 8-meter mark, he's able to pitch it towards his end. The ball still carries. Successful over this for Karthik Saran. 102 for 9.
$102 for 9, the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, and in the first 10 overs itself, they've lost 7 wickets, and thereafter it's been quite a struggle. Of course, first ball of the 16th, a single to begin. A bit of a partnership earlier has helped them go past the 100-run mark into 3 figures. Also time to welcome Arun Venugopal into the commentary box, who's made a quick march from the Tamil commentary box.
Thank you, Nishad, but not as quick as that a piece of change-up was. The bowlers have been very smart, and again plaudits to Indrajith for making the call early and then being very decisive in pouching the catch. The man with the big gloves also has a calm head on his shoulders. Again, the bumper's been a really effective weapon, Nishad, particularly because of how well they've changed up their pace.
Yes, we had seen the IOB analysis earlier as to how the short deliveries have really borne fruit for the Dindigul Dragons. Here's another. He's just taken the helmet. He will have to do a concussion check, since that is the protocol these days. Always better to be safe. And just to tell all our viewers, we just spoke about Arun Venugopal making that quick march from the Tamil commentary box. You can watch the Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League in English, Hindi and Tamil on YouTube.
Absolutely, and a word or two bears merit when it comes to Shakti Karupasamy, the rookie fast bowler, but hasn't been a rookie at all. Was in fact spotted by the coaching staff, which includes Guru Kedarnath, K. Vignesh, as well as the main man, Ravichandran Ashwin. They picked him out of the blue quite literally and have worked on him for the last couple of years.
Smash that down the ground. That's going to beat long on. It was hit with some power by Seelam Barasan. A fantastic 4 there.
When in doubt, always strike with ferocity down the ground. Again, the scramble seam, not a great deal of footwork, but parked himself deep inside the crease and gave it a royal wallop. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans would want to muster as much as they can in these last few overs. Most critical, of course, would be to not get bowled out.
Absolutely. The message is always about batting those 20 overs when you find yourself in a muddle. Hasn't connected that. They've been bowled out. We just spoke about the possibility of batting 20 overs. But Karupaswamy has, of course, taken the last wicket, put paid to the hopes of the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, who've been bundled out for only 107.
Nishad, it's an eerie deja vu of what transpired last year when the shoe was on the other foot. The Dindigul Dragons were in fact bowled out for under 193 in the first time, on the first occasion that they met in the league phase, and eventually, of course, perished much the same way in the final. But this is how Shakti Karupasamy ended the innings of the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. Silambarasan, the last man to depart for 4, caught by Vimal Kumar. It's Shakti picking up his second wicket. A 107 is what they've managed. What would really agonize them is the fact that they haven't played out the full quota of overs.
But the Dindigul Dragons have been fantastic. A bowling unit that has worked as a team. Initially, they were shell-shocked when Amit hit them for 20 odd in the first over. But then the wickets fell at regular intervals, and it was truly a team effort, you've got to say. Amit Satwik was off in a hurry, 20 of the first 6, and then he was dismissed by Bhuvneshwaran. Tushar Raheja got off the mark with a 4 off the first ball. Sai Kishore batting at 3 also hit a boundary to get going, but thereafter they just kept losing wickets at regular intervals. Bhuvneshwaran had them, but then Nirankar on debut came to the party, the leg spinner, very impressive. It's 17, the second highest score in this innings, and if you have a look at the partnerships, well, the lack of partnerships really, Arun, it was an innings where a pair never really lasted.
Yeah, they would definitely feel let down by that performance because no one really got going. In fact, the only partnership of note came towards the very end of that graphic where Isaki Muthu and Mohan Prasad cobbled together 31 handy runs to push them past the 100 mark. Well, time for us to head down to Sastika Rajendran, who's got the man of the moment, Bhuvaneswaran, with her.
புவனேஸ்வரன், போன வருஷம் iDream திருப்பூர் தமிழன்ஸோட இருந்தீங்க, and இந்த வருஷம் திண்டுக்கல் டிராகன்ஸ். வந்த உடனே பிரமாதமான பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ், என்ன சொல்ல விரும்புறீங்க?
இதில் ஆக்சுவலி iDream மாதிரி ஒரு வருஷம் ஆயிடுச்சு. இப்போ லாஸ்ட் இயர் வந்து லைக்கா கோவை கிங்ஸ்.
சாரி
ஸோ ஓகே, ஒன்றும் இல்லை, பேசிக்ஸ் கரெக்டாக பண்ண பார்க்குறோம், அவ்வளோதான், வேறு ஒன்றும் இல்லை.
அண்ட் அஸ்வின் மாதிரி ஒரு மென்டர் கூட இருக்கிறது எப்படி இருக்கு உங்களுக்கு?
ஸோ கண்டிப்பாக நிறைய கற்றுக்க முடியும் அவர்கிட்டருந்து. ஸோ எவ்வளோ லேர்ன் பண்ண முடியுமோ அவ்வளோ லேர்ன் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்கேன் அவர்கிட்டருந்து. ஸோ மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் சைட்லேருந்து நிறைய ட்ரஸ்ட் வச்சுருக்காங்க, அந்த ட்ரஸ்ட்டை வந்து திருப்பி காப்பாற்றணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
ஆல்ரைட், அண்ட் விக்கெட் எப்படி பிஹேவ் பண்ணுது? அண்ட் டெஃபினெட்லி எஸ் 107 ரன்ஸுக்கு அவங்கள வந்து சுருட்டிருக்கீங்க அப்படிங்கிறதுனால சேஸ் எப்படி இருக்க போகுது? பேட்டர்ஸ் என்ன சொல்ல போகிறீங்க?
ஆக்சுவலி சில இடத்துல இருந்து கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா பவுன்ஸ் இருக்குது விக்கெட்டில். ஃபாஸ்ட் பவுலருக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஹெல்ப் இருக்கிற மாதிரி எனக்கு தெரியுது. ஸோ
ஆல்ரைட், தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் அண்ட் குட் லக்.
தேங்க்யூ.
Many thanks for that. Sastika. Bhuvaneswaran was candid in admitting that certain parts of the pitch do act conducive to some extra bounce. Of course, he did also credit Ashwin's role in mentoring and shepherding this unit, and he was no doubt the pick of the bowlers alongside Nirankar, who was the record-in-chief in the middle overs.
Yes, Nirankar was very, very impressive on debut. And the Dindigul Dragons have certainly done the job with the ball. Now they've got to come out and do the job with the bat. A target of only 108. We'll take a short break. The run chase will be on the other side.
Thanks so much again for joining us. The Shriram Capital TNPL Season 10. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans being put into bat. I would rather like to forget that scorecard. Amit Sathwik did begin fabulously, aggressively. 20 in quick time before he holed out in the very first over, and thereafter it was a procession. Only Mohan Prashant and Esaki Muthu right at the end ensuring that they got past the 100 mark. But I'll have to say that's a pretty poor start. Forgettable is the word. And they'll all be a little embarrassed because this is the inaugural match of this special 10th season. I'm Charu Sharma, delighted to have the company of my good friend here. Thanks so much for joining us. And here are the wickets, or the highlights, matter of fact, which really, apart from the first over, all wickets.
Yes, Amit Sathwik started off as if it was the final of the 2025 edition because it was the openers who had dominated back then. Started off with a lot of conviction, but then one shot too many. Shouldn't have played that full shot, but a great catch at deep fine leg, never easy. When Tushar Raheja, last year's leading run scorer, playing across the line. They did fight fire with fire. They lived by the sword, they died by it. And one can say, Charu, that maybe one shot too many at a time when they really had to spend time in the middle.
And none worse looking than that soft dismissal by the skipper. Sai Kishore will be so disappointed, Nisha, with the fact that it was a nothing shot. Did try and go over the infield, didn't manage, and of course, it was Sharma's time. The debutant picking up 3 for next to nothing, and I have to say was very, very impressive. There was some doubt there whether the bat hit the ground, but ultimately, third umpire did decide it had grazed the outside edge, and that was his third wicket. A few runs towards the end. We talked about Sakimoto and his partner, but that was only enough to get them across to the 100, and they were 4 overs and a bit short of the 20th. That's, I'll have to say, not very bright.
Not at all, and in a sense, the Dindigul Dragons have really taken revenge for what happened to them last year, because if you look at some of the matches, Dindigul Dragons were actually bowled out for 93 by the same team last year, and now they have returned the favour by bowling them out for 107. Bhuvneshwaran got hit in the first over, bounced back with those 3 wickets. But then Nirankar Sharma, well, when your surname is Sharma, you can't really get a lot wrong, is it, Charu?
Well, you could be sitting here commentating. But I have to put in a word for Sandeep Warrier, clearly the best bowler, the quickest. And he would be thinking, hang on, I should have picked up a 3 or 4, but only 1 for 20. But again, his pace was very impressive, no doubt about that. He is their lead bowler. Karthik Saran getting 1, but Karupasamy also picking up 2 for 18 in almost 4 overs. You mentioned that revenge, and yeah, this is only the start of season 10, but I wonder if the Dindigul Dragons will come out and try and wrap this up quickly and have an early start to a fantastic NRR, or will they say, well, listen, it's the first match, we don't quite know the pitch, and even if we take 19 overs, let's just finish the job and not worry about finishing it too quickly. So they've got a bit of thinking to do.
Absolutely, and when you talk about thinking, they've got Ravichandran Ashwin in that camp, someone who's obviously a very erudite and a very cerebral mind in this sport. And we just don't talk about Indian cricket, but in world cricket, he was known for being a good tactician.
Well, not too cerebral, but I was just looking at that popcorn and thinking, well, we're all hungry. But also a quick word, we'll get back to Ashwin, but just the volume of support here, the number of people who've come out on this Tuesday night to watch this inaugural match, I'm very, very impressed, as I have been with T. Nataraj. And I wonder how he's going to Nataraj and how he's going to come out and bowl today, Natu. But yeah, Ashwin, after the first 4 or 5 deliveries, they showed him on camera, and he was disappearing inside the pavilion, saying, this is not going too well for us. But of course, his side did come back magnificently. And just another reminder about the fact that the full ball may not have worked too well, but the short ones did.
Yes, just an IOB analysis for you. Look at the short balls, and the Tiruppur batters were actually guilty of playing a few loose shots of those short deliveries, swinging across the line. And of course, this was the last wicket. Tailender didn't get a lot on that one. Saw right through this first innings just the way they used that length, and here are a few numbers for you presented by IOB. Below the 8-meter length, it's 25. Above the 8-meter length, it's 6. So that's a number that really tells you how important that short delivery was.
Could cut both ways. Now, if the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans have learnt anything from that graphic, They might too pepper Dindigul with short deliveries. Well, we'll see. And the fact is that when you bat second and you have such a low total to chase, you don't need to fiddle with the short deliveries. You can just let them go. And of course, in white ball cricket, as we know, only a couple are allowed per over. So there will have to be deliveries with, what's that? Push-ups? Whoa.
Knuckle push-ups, actually. I remember our karate master used to make us do that, and none of us could pull it off. But there's Shriram Singh, and tell you what, he packs a punch, because across the last 3 editions of the Shriram Capital TNPL, he has scored over 300 runs. An extremely consistent batter. He wasn't in the playing 11 when they were fielding, so he's going to come out here as the impact substitute.
Well, I look forward to seeing what he can do. It's a huge advantage not to have to go hard during the power play. Any score above, say, 170, 75, you have no choice but to go really hard during the power play. But when you're chasing 108, there we go, confirmation that Sandeep Warrier, the quickie, will not be taking any more part here. But Shriram Singh comes in, the impact player. And yeah, back to that power play. You don't have to have a significant power play. You just have to preserve wickets. And they can be as low as 35, 40 in the power play. It'll still work for them. Unlike, of course, if you have 175, 180 or more to chase, then you have no choice but to go hard during the power play. And very often, matches finish right there if you're, say, 40 for 3 on the chase.
Natarajan has got to do the job for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. 66 wickets, playing his 50th match in this tournament. The first ball.
Well, for a while, he was known as one of the best exponents of the Yorker in India. Played lots in the IPL and elsewhere, but I think he's now equally adept at the short delivery. And that economy rate of his, 6.5. That's brilliant, because in modern T20, even if you climb up to 8, in the past 8 was considered a little expensive. Now I think it's par for the course. You have 6.5. That's brilliant.
Absolutely, and Natarajan has been one of the big stories of the Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League. There's Ashwin, will be a happy man. But only half the job is done. On the other hand, Sai Kishore, another good thinker, but he's got to really put a thinking cap on tonight.
Well, he needs a very special kind of cap with that hairdo. Maybe a much bigger cap than normal. But I was a little disappointed the manner he got out. At that point, his team was a little bit of early trouble, having lost wickets, and he didn't quite go through with that shot on the offside. That's not a bad ploy. A little bit of swing for Natarajan to walk out a bit and negate that.
Back in 2016 was when he really made waves in the first edition of this competition and hasn't looked back since.
Yeah, I think it's quite evident that Dindigul Dragons have either been told or they've decided for themselves that they're not going to go hard during the power play, especially not against Natarajan, and they're going to just amble across the line. Only 108 to score. That's just wonderful work by the bowlers, and the batsmen must support them with some careful, cautious, easy play.
In such a situation, just chasing the runs quickly, it's like that dessert at the end of dinner, isn't it? A bit of temptation.
That's what temptation does. Almost gets you caught out behind the wicket. Just hung his bat out. No real conviction there by Anurag. Take a look at that.
Beautiful seam position. Getting it away from Anurag Nair, who's making his debut in the Shriram Capital TNPL. So yes, to bring back that point that yes, you want to get these runs quickly, but at the same time you need to start well. Don't want to get into a spot where you're thinking. It's early in the competition, of course.
Is that wide? Flirting with that line. Just to keep that going. You know, this is the kind of situation, and I don't want to sound too ambitious or greedy, where the team chasing might have a game plan saying, listen, let's do it with 10 wickets in hand. That really shows the mindset. We don't have to score quickly. We don't have to face any difficulty of maybe being 3 or 4 down and then having to just be a little careful. We don't have to hurry at all. I mean, this is just a ridiculously easy chase, and you want to make sure, well, theoretically speaking. You want to make sure you don't lose any wickets. We'll see. Whoa! A little bit of bounce. Very, very good lines. A little wide though. A little flirt. Doesn't get an edge. First over gone. Dindigul 2 for no loss. Decent over by T. Natarajan, as you can expect from the quality of the bowler. And I do want to thank everybody watching. Thanks so much. By the way, we're on YouTube, and we're there in 3 languages. So whichever language you prefer, whether it's English or Tamil or Hindi, we are there with the 10th edition of the TNPL. So thank you for tuning in. A big thanks particularly to all those who are watching on YouTube. Oh, fabulously driven. Now it's a fairly quick outfield. Will it go all the way? I think it's brilliantly pulled back. What a great effort in the field. I think the amble only for 2, was it? It was probably good for 3. But what a sweet strike. Silken!
The Dindigul Dragons had fielded extremely well, but if they have to have any chance of defending this total, then the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans will have to do a lot more of this. Save every run. Take every catch. Put your heart out in the field, and that was good to see.
Quite brilliant. Look at that slide and then the reach and making sure that the ball was away from the body as he went crashing into the boundary sponge. That's just very, very good work. And you're so right. They have to be brilliant in the field and just put a little bit of pressure in that regard on the Dindigul Dragons. But that was a sweet strike. He timed it so well, didn't hit it hard. And that's what you want from quality batsmen, who know that they don't have to get away with a big start. Well behind the line. Good work.
Talking about Shriram Barasan, who's come on to bowl last year in the final against the Dindigul Dragons, he had taken 2 for 12. Has played a few matches for Tamil Nadu as well, which included a match in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy during the previous edition. Our Sai Kishore has been one of the stalwarts for Tamil Nadu at the domestic level. A part of the Gujarat Titans as well, has been flirting with the possibility of making it through to the Indian team.
Well, he's a pretty rare commodity. Very tall, lefty orthodox. And the ball comes at a very different angle to most batsmen. Oh, a swish and a miss. An indication that maybe it kept a little low relatively. But, good lines, probing lines by Shriram Barasan.
Just outside the off-stump end. Just looking at Shriram Barasan, one of our co-commentators was mentioning he's got a bit of a slingy action as well. Not extremely slingy, but a little round arm. We'll have a look at that again as he runs into bowl.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I'll keep an eye out. Here we go. Slinga Malinga. Yeah, it is a little slide arm, isn't it? But perhaps 45, which is not too bad. Some bowlers bowl at virtually 10-15 degrees, which can be really tricky to pick.
Of course, Lasith Malinga making his international debut in 2004 for Sri Lanka really changed the perspective of slingy bowling actions. Today we talk about the likes of Matisha Pathirana as well. In fact, India used to have a bowler who went on to play for Oman. He played a side game for one of the representative teams against England, called Munis Ansari. Just coming into the batter, and that's a direct hit. An optimistic appeal. They'll check possibly.
Sasi Dev as we check the IOB.
TV umpire to director, we have an umpire referral for a run out at the striker's end. Give me a best side on, please. the bat is grounded before the bails have come off. I have a decision for you on the big screen.
It was a good effort by Shashidev, but Shivam has made his ground.
Whoa, another very good delivery. A little bit of away movement. And Shivam once again flirting with it. 2 overs done. They've been good for the side bowling second. 6 for no loss. Anurag and Shivam opening for Dindigul have been a shade fortunate, and that good fortune will continue. Plenty of fishing and missing outside off stump. But this one angling down leg. Maybe a little bit of bat. We'll see, but a boundary nevertheless.
It's just taking the thigh pad and it has raced away for 4. It just tells you the kind of outfield we have here at Nathan. Natarajan had bowled a fantastic first over, this time straying in line. May just want to focus on what he's done earlier. It was just outside the off stump with that beautiful shape, that natural outswing that he gets.
Yeah, I think he just got a little greedy, if not frustrated, because every bowler would like to see the stumps clatter. And that's why you tend to go straighter on at times. When he was outside off, it was much better. But his wickets since 2023, quite a bunch, bowling very short and spread along the length in perhaps equal number as the IOB pitch map for T. Natarajan in the past, since the last 2 years, and of course the start of this 10th season.
Well, that's a total of 25 wickets, just looking at the record books.
Handsomely on the back foot. Calling will have to be a little more decisive. He was on the back foot, and which is why the non-striker hesitated. Anyways, does he want the run or not? But eventually a good call by Shiva.
We've seen some miraculous victories over the years, of course, when low scores have been defended. In the IPL, you can think of a match that happened at the new Chandigarh Stadium. It was Punjab Kings who defended a small score against Kolkata Knight Riders. Top edge. That's going to be another 4. That 4 has worked its magic just like Shriram working capital loan.
Was intention to throw his bat at it. Will he take another look? Yeah, I suppose he took on that fielder. There is one, but he was well wide, and that slash worked rather well. It was a little too wide. That shot was on. Now, how does he come back, Natarajan? On this Thompson full. Yeah, a little bit of away movement. And again, the fielder at third comes into play. They won the second. Well, one does, and the other doesn't. Mentioned just a short while back, they need to get their decision-making right. One more ball still to go.
Let's have a look at the IOB analysis as well. Just at the release points, Natarajan fairly consistent with that, as you can see.
Yeah, comes in pretty close to the stumps, which is always a good idea. Keep the batsman guessing whether the ball is going to move one way or the other. And nothing very loose, except the one that went for the boundary. It was short, wide, and you can afford to throw your bat at it. And of course, one down leg. Didn't quite get the bat where it was leg buys. Sai Kishore and Natarajan having a bit of a conference. Just one ball to go. Maybe not the best time to have a conference. And there is a slip for the right-hander. And he continues now to bowl over the wicket. Natarajan with that slip now. An indication that the ball needs to cut across the right-hander. We'll see.
Not happy about something close to the side screen. Well, you spoke about the calling that needs to be right for the Dindigul Dragons. Just to tell you that Anurag Nair is, of course, making his debut, so wouldn't have batted a lot with Shivam. Plus the added pressure of making your debut.
I suppose that pressure would have gone now because he's got a few runs, 8 from 12. Not a fabulous strike rate. But the best part about batting at this point of time, not only batting with Shivam, who's a known commodity and a terrific bat, is the fact that you don't need to score quickly. That's such a big relief for any batsman. Yeah, well, we knew that he was going to bowl across the right-hander. That was just a touch too wide by Natarajan. Just back to the fact that you're not only batting with a quality partner, but when you know you don't have to go hard during the power play, it takes all the pressure off. The pressure of the power play is the dugout. Thinking, okay, got 6 free overs, give me 70. Well, you don't need that now today. So he's making his debut at a very good time. Oh, sweetly struck away. There is a man there, though. Cover point.
That's the end of 3. It's 19 for no loss.
Well, Dindigul might only be 19 compared to Tiruppur's 38. That's half, but it's the wickets column that is a big help. No wickets lost, and for me, that would be the way to go, Nisha. What was that? Looked extremely inelegant. He's lucky to be still there. I think Shivam's feeling the pressure of not doing what he would ordinarily want to do, which is score quickly.
What was he trying to do? It looked like a scoop that he was trying to play down the ground. A very awkward looking shot. You see some of those shots in computer games, really.
I think he's just bored. 6 from 7. No real action. Now he's a hard-hitting batsman who likes to go hard. But today it's been quiet because the team doesn't need to. So settle down. Another terrific delivery by the slinging action of Silambarasan, moving the ball away from the right-hander, troubling him on a number of occasions. 8 balls bowled, 4 runs given away, plenty of swishing and missing. I think Shivam needs to just get his head around the fact that if it's not there for hitting, leave it.
That's how close it was, the first ball of this over. Just having a look at the IOB analysis, only 2 centimeters away from clattering onto the off stump. Well, he was lucky there. If the bowler was on target, it would have been very awkward for the batter.
That too, very awkward. Goes one bounce for 4. I think that's what he was trying to do. The ball that he missed took it 2 centimeters away, or 1 centimeter 85. Lucky to get an outside edge. The ball flew for a boundary, but that was, I'll have to say, another very strange shot.
Just wanted to swing across the line towards the leg side without conviction. His head was going the other way. Yes, it's bounced well inside the field of play. Will be a boundary. If anything, it's gone off the middle of the edge of the bat.
Well, that's one way of putting it. But as you said, his head was somewhere else, was planning some other shot. He's looking quite at sea there, Shivam, which is strange because we've built him up to be one of the better bats of the TNPL, and he is, according to the figures, but he's playing some strange shots. Someone needs to send word from the dugout saying, Shivam, you don't have to score quickly. You'll get the runs anyway. Oh, what a terrific delivery. Moved away after pitching, and Shivam caught flat-footed. I was mentioning that he is all at sea today. Not his finest hour, and well, they strike the Tiruppur team. It's a valuable one.
It's a reward for Silambarasan. He's just bowled it on a good length, and Shivam, well, he's not had the best of matches and edges that one through to the wicketkeeper. One just got the feeling that this was coming. Shivam Singh walks back for 10. The Dindigul Dragons 23 for 1.
Anurag is still there. Silambarasan has struck. And if I were R. Srinivasan, the batting coach of the Dindigul Dragons, I'd have a little talking to Shivam right now, saying, what were you trying to do? Trying to get out? Because that missed it once. And here it is again. Just got caught there. No foot movement. Where was he trying to go with that shot? I've never seen anything quite so mystifying. Silambarasan won't mind. Edged! Almost! Oh boy. Are they making it tough for themselves or what? You don't have to score. You don't have to fling your bat.
And the two youngsters are out in the middle. RK Jayant, only 20 years old. Made his debut last year for this team. Played a couple of matches. So the Dindigul Dragons are backing two youngsters to bat in the middle. And as you were saying earlier, a good time to bat when the target isn't a mountain really.
Yeah, but also need to go in there with a clear mind. Don't have to keep fishing outside the off stump. Yeah, just turns that away. That's good for one. He's off the mark. As you said, he's very young and looks very young as well. RK Jayant. 4 gone. Dindigul 24. Now for 1. So the big boy, the impact player, Shivam, back in the hut. But Anurag is still there and RK Jayant, the very young, for 20 now or so. And they will enjoy their time in the middle because they have a low total to chase. However, it could be a little tricky with Sai Kishore, the skipper, coming in. I talked about Natarajan's economy rate of 6.5. How about Sai Kishore? 6.3 gives nothing away.
Yes, and he has been one of the most economical bowlers in the history of the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy as well. And at the back of it, he was picked by the Chennai Super Kings and the Gujarat Titans. Played the final in 2022 as well. He's up against a youngster, RK Jayant, and a slip in place.
Well, he needs to atone for that shot that he played, Sai Kishore. Well fielded, sharp diving to his left. Not easy for a tall man. But the way he got out Sai Kishore, now is a good time for him to try and pick up a quick bunch of wickets and make the side look better. Jayant goes big, and that is massive. Stuck his left foot out. It was tossed up, and he made it count. What a fabulous maximum for the youngster.
A bowler like Sai Kishore likes to throw the challenge to the batter, and Jayant has accepted it with style and panache. Cutting it over mid-on. That's gone all the way. Will of course breathe a lot easier clearing the boundary. It was 75 meters long, that hit.
I don't know, it looked a lot longer. In fact, it's gone away from the seating arena. They finally managed to get it back. The ground surrounded by, well, it's well forested. Now, what was he trying to do there? Any idea? I have none. And then he got lucky once with that boundary. And then again, just walked into that. Just walked into that. There was a bit of movement, yes, but he was looking extremely awkward at the crease. And that's not something you expect from a top bat.
There seems to be an alteration in length by Sai Kishore there. So Sai Kishore actually made his debut for Gujarat Titans in 2022. The match against Lucknow Super Giants, and Gujarat Titans were defending around 140, which they did. Bowled the opposition out for around 80. Makes room, lofts it down the ground yet again. Fielder getting underneath that, and that's a very good catch running back from mid-off. It's Amit Satwik VP, who batted well earlier in the first over, has taken an extremely good catch. Are the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans just crawling their way back into the match?
Well, I did mention it was a good time for Sai Kishore to come back with the ball. That was more of a lofted push. No real commitment in that shot. And he paid the penalty, did Jayanta. Terrific six before that. Didn't really have to push it hard. Could have tapped it for a single. Practicing that shot as he walks away. 7 for the youngster. It's 30 now for 2. Vimal Kumar, strike rate once again not fantastic in terms of T20 cricket, but he does have 600 runs, so he can score, and which is why he's coming at number 4. Now there's that shot again, really wasn't there at all, yet he went through with it, paid the penalty. Nice running catch to the side and back. Yeah, that's the way, when it's not there for the big one, hold it back. Let's take a look at that catch again.
Never easy running back. He was inside the circle at mid-off. Amit Sathwik judged it to perfection, and we got a good view of it right in front of our commentary box. The first success for the captain. There was the catcher. He's got to give him credit.
He's now at long on. Maybe he'll get another opportunity. No, turned away. Very well done. Wristy work by the new man, Vimal Kumar. So right-left combination. End of a successful over by the opposite skipper, Dindigul, 31 for 2.
$31 for 2. Anurag still out there. Vimal Kumar, he has got to resurrect this innings as well. Dindigul Dragons, a little bit of a blip in the first 5 overs. It's a subdued target that they're chasing. The Dragons can afford a couple of stutters, but not more in the power play. Slip in place. Off the ricochet. He wants the second run, but the problem is only he wants it. You can't plan for that as a fielder. It'd been sheer luck if you could have pushed that away to the nearest fielder. Sasi there, one of the best in the business. Silambarasan with his action where he comes slightly round armish. He makes the ball skid off the surface as well. Can he pick up another? He's quite content making the batter play that shot. Record shot. She's enjoying cricket and dinner. Oh, the fans, they're the ones who breathe life into any cricket tournament, any cricket league. And they have been very loyal for the past 10 seasons. It's been a decade of brilliance from the Shriram Capital TNPL. A decade of finding wonderful talent. Driven, and driven handsomely. Tried his level best there, but it was always the ball which was going to win. Beautifully driven like Shriram's instant two-wheeler loans. Very quick to find the gap there. Enjoyed by a very fine storyteller. Mr. Ajay Mehra, welcome.
Thank you so much, Suhas, and very nicely played as well. Just slicing that one, but in the gap. Just got his fingertips out there, resulting in a boundary. The runs are coming for them, despite losing those couple of wickets early on. Last of the power play. Remember, they don't have a big score to chase here. 108 is what they require from here on. Raga just needs to settle in. Lost a couple of wickets early. So with Shivam, he was just struggling. Then a really good catch by Amit Sathwik. And Jayant was the batter.
last over of the power play, remember, the Dindigul Dragons would have wanted to finish the power play without a blip. A lot goes on in his mind, the man with the towel around his neck. Have you decoded him, especially in T20 cricket? He was terrific as a captain as well for the Dragons.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, his experience will definitely make a big difference. R. Ashwin there, the guidance that he'll provide all the youngsters. Changing his angle as well, this time straight to the fielder. Had a long chat with him just before the start of the game with R. Ashwin, and he was just mentioning the kind of side they have. A lot of youngsters who debutants today for them. Mentioning it's a good side. They have a very good captain in Baba Indrajith. That's exactly what you want, and just the way they performed and the way they bowled was very impressive, Suhas.
Indeed, now 72 required in 85. Looks straightforward, but nothing is straightforward in Shriram Capital TNPL. That's something we can promise you. The angle works and almost generated an edge. End of the power play, DD 36 for 2. After 6 overs, if you look at the two teams, Dindigul Dragons 36 for 2, Tiruppur were 54 for 4. They got the runs, but they also lost wickets. It's been a very eventful power play still. Little circumspect in the beginning. The way he was set up, Shivam, was just a treat to watch indeed. And after that, Sai Kishore generating a wicket. I think this wicket belongs as much to Sai Kishore as it does to Amit Sathwik too. I think I should have said it the other way. 9 matches, 14 wickets. Amit Sathwik was inside the circle. The fact that he continued to believe that he can convert that into a catch was marvelous to watch. Bit of a warm-up for Esaki Muthu.
You're right about that catch, absolutely brilliant, because running behind never easy, especially under lights. The anticipation was top class from Amit Sathwik. They need a few more wickets. Good thing also Sai Kishore, he's come in early, he's got that early wicket. To pick up those wickets, create that pressure. Can't be conceding 20 runs. 6 extra so far. Couple of wides in this innings. Field setting at the moment for the left-hander, Vimal Kumar. Just taking a bit of time at the moment. He's just come in.
All he needed to do was show a direction like it's new to nothing. Where do I go? You go there. Vimal Kumar collects his first boundary. You trust him to smack a 4 like that, just like Shriram chits. The trust is there.
Yeah, that was a juicy full toss. Wide, just had to get his bat and to play in the gap as well. That's exactly what he does there. Vimal Kumar. That's the first boundary for him. Not a great delivery, although he realizes that. He's easing into the shot there. The 67 required now of 83. They have ample time in their hands here. Field setting at the moment. The power play done. So 5 fielders outside the circle.
Watches it go, and at the end of the day, becomes a great result for Vimal Kumar.
Saki Muthu has got to realize that why do you need to give so much of room? Why you want to bowl that wide deliveries? This ball wins the stumps. We saw the short pitch deliveries, Suhas, have been really effective on this surface. Saw the way Dindigul Dragons, they bowled, the seamers, they were terrific. Exactly what they have to do here. Just plan, just have the strategy in mind. They're enjoying. It's a great side as well. People coming in large numbers. First game of this new season.
Isn't it great? It's the beginning of the carnival. We're not getting a high-scoring game to begin with. But what we are indeed getting is a superb fight. Can Esaki Muthu come back with a wicket? The horns are there. And there's always someone pointing towards the big screen saying, look, it's you. Yeah, wait for the moment. Wait for the moment. Yes, I always love waiting for the moment when they realize they're on the biggest of screens. And the smile eventually spreads. If they don't lose a wicket in the next 5 overs, the smile will eventually spread on the faces of the Dragons too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, after dinner, this is the best thing to have, isn't it? Well, you have it very often. You had so far ice cream after dinner? Didn't have time for that.
I think I didn't have an option there. Ice cream, please. Where is the cart? Ma'am, could you please tell me, where is the cart?
Thick outside edge into the field at this time. Much better length as well. Just pull close to the stumps here. Sometimes you never know that feather into the keeper's hand. Ashwin is guiding there. His presence makes a big difference for us. Just his presence out there, the experience that he has, the kind of international cricket, the test matches he's won for India. In every format he's done so well.
Indeed, what a gem to have in the dugout. Not the best at lip reading, but I think he said, wait for the ball. Could that have been the difference with Shivam?
Sometimes I just feel that, technique is also very important in T20. Yeah, you have to get those runs, you have to really go after the shots. But I just felt with the technique of Shivam, which is opening up. As a batter, batting at any number against the seamer, you can't be opening up. We saw the first ball he played in the over that he got dismissed. If he just opened up, he was trying to whack the ball on the onside. Really a nothing shot. You've got to be sensible. And you're not chasing something over 180 or 200 runs. It's just a paltry score you're chasing here. Go back unbeaten, get 30-40 runs. That confidence will be different for you in the next innings.
He's taking that single with great conviction and will retain strike, Vimal Kumar. End of the 7th, 45 for 2. Those worms are yet to intersect. The problem arises, especially when the worms start to look like caterpillars with those dots closer to each other. You want those dots to be as far as possible. The distance between them, that is a couple of jolts so far for the Dindigul Dragons, still on course to get to the magical number. 63 required in 78. Reduce 2 more. This is good running between the wickets, offering it the softest of hands. And also Anurag and Vimal Kumar trusting each other while they come back for the second.
We've already seen one left-arm spinner in this innings. Now it's Mohan Prasant who comes in, bowling his first over. Vimal Kumar just taking his time early on. He just settled in. Moves into double figures with those couple of runs. The fielder has shot fine, going slightly fine towards the keeper. Oh, that was opportunity. That was opportunity. Didn't catch that. That should have been taken. That was the skipper himself, Sai Kishore. Will be really upset.
Had to generate an opportunity, and that's exactly what Mohan Prasant did. Shares the same craft as the skipper. He doesn't want to let the team down. He's one of the best skippers in the business. Leads from the front, and not on that occasion though. 9 out of 10 times would have taken it.
Yeah, I just felt, just took his eyes off there. He just took his eyes off when the ball was coming towards him. Standing slightly in as well, Sai Kishore at mid-wicket. But those catches, 9 out of 10 times he'll be taking those. I'm sure about it because he's a really good fielder. Just having a look at that drop once again. Just taking his eyes off at the very last instance. Yeah, doesn't have to latch on. Really disappointed. Came to him very quickly as well.
In the air, but will fall safely. The second run is not on. They've already had a little bit of a scare in the over. Oh, Tushar tried his best to tame that throw. Now, the reason I said that Mohan Prasad, that is, shares the same craft as the skipper. Now, the best a man can get, Gillette. The reason I said that is because Sai Kishore would understand the plans that Mohan Prasad would come with. Mohan Prasad, correction.
8 overs done, 51 for 2.
Tiruppur 107, Dindigul 51 for 2. It's not been the easiest 51 for them. It's been a little laboured, but they're coming back into the game quite nicely. They're ensuring that there are no more hiccups by building a partnership. The required rate is a humble 4.7. You don't usually get these in T20 cricket. Nesaki Muthu has been challenging that guideline for a while.
That's much better, at least slightly closer to the stump. That's exactly what he's going to try. And I tell you what, even if he's bowling that line, have a slip in place because you don't have too many runs to defend here. That's a much better line, just inside the guideline. Can be a slightly quicker, closer to the stumps as well. Sai Kishore at mid-off, just having a word with him. The field setting for him and a deep point, a deep third as well.
We've all seen Esaki Muthu's slower deliveries being a work in progress. 2 more runs there with ease and elegance. Esaki Muthu, given the fact that the slower deliveries were helping the opposition when they were bowling, would he be thinking, well, this is the right time? Anurag is just about getting set.
Yeah, you just see those lines from him, and he has been slightly wide of the crease as well. Whenever he's been very close to the stumps, he's troubled the batters. But many occasions he's been slightly outside that line, outside the off stump. He's got to be more accurate here. Don't have too many runs to defend, to play with.
Peppering that area time and again, Anurag.
One more thing, Swaz, that he can try is short pitch bowling. On this surface, sometimes because he's a steady customer. He's not a tall lad. Esaki Muthu, so the short pitch delivery, sometimes as a batter, you have to play those pull shots. We have seen those top edges, they're enjoying themselves. Could be future stars as well, you never know. Because we've seen so much of action out here, quality cricket so far. First game of the season, new season.
That's much better from Esaki Muthu. We talked about the fans, the young ones turning up as well. One's at an impressionable age too. I think the thought of turning up in colored clothing in a Shriram Capital TNPL kind of a setup, it all happens only when you come to the games and watch them up close. There's something about watching this game from close quarters that invigorates you, plants a seed of a brighter future. You're never too far away from a high action moment. This is a Boost Milkshake high energy moments. Boost now available in milkshake packs. That was a terrific shot as well. He only saw gaps. Fielders, who are they? That should be his WhatsApp status for tonight.
That's a new secret of energy, isn't it? backslide fumble there by Sai Kishore, resulting in the single. That's the end of the over. 9 done, 56 for 2.
Ingada. 68 for 7 Tiruppur and Dindigul 56 for 2. But the difference between the two teams is that Dindigul know exactly how much to get. Hence they can pace their innings accordingly. Now Sai Kishore. After a bit of an error in trying to catch that ball, can he provide the second wicket? Second wicket for him, third for the side. Raheja goes towards the keeper's end, only to realize someone as his replacement hasn't arrived to collect the throw. Had to be a direct hit. Took his chance, but was there a better opportunity at the non-strikers?
Yeah, could have been really tight and close as well. Direct hit there, just taking his gloves off immediately. Missing those stumps by some margin there. Difficult angle as well, just aiming at almost one stump there. Direct hit was a goner, certainly.
Never easy to hit the stump with one stump showing. That too on the move. Raheja wants to be Jadeja very soon.
Yeah, you got to practice for that. Got to be really putting in a lot of hard work on the field, day in, day out. Oh, once again, leading edge is really wearing his pace beautifully at the moment. Sai Kishore is bowling really well. This was the opportunity there. Just one stump to aim at, and missing the stumps there would have been a goner by some margin. He's really struggling there.
Lovely, Sai.
I think the self-belief aspect of it is what caused him to go towards the strikers end. Still believe there was an opportunity at the non-strikers, with Sai Kishore being a spinner, getting into a position to collect the balls and whip the bails off.
He's a tall left-arm spinner, so the release point for Sai Kishore is always very high. It's not easy because sometimes the ball just dips onto the batter. You've got to be very careful when you're driving against him off the front foot, because sometimes you're not to the pitch of the ball. The release point is really high for him.
Inception moment. We are the first to see. We approve. You can post it. Yes. Wants that single. Running towards the danger, and had to be the non-strikers call. Does well. The dive does help. 10 overs gone. 59 for 2, Dindigul Dragons.
They're well on their way. Almost 60 now. Lost only 2 wickets. I think they've lost 2 too many. And back with Nishad. Nishad, we were talking about the chase earlier on and whether Dindigul need to race there or not. I think they've chosen the latter option. They're just cruising to it. Just trotting past that 108 that they need. Their bowlers having done the job for them, getting the opposition for only 107. False shot there. Just holding on to his back now, Natarajan. Hope he's all right. But he's a quality bowler, that's for sure. They have missed a couple of other opportunities. The got Arun there and Shabani. Tamil commentary going on. And maybe another quick reminder that on YouTube you can watch commentary and hear the match. Hi folks, wherever you are, in English, Hindi or Tamil. So that's a bit like a buffet. Take your pick.
A little too short there, Natarajan. talking about, well, there's the Hindi commentary team. It's Prasad Shirsagar on the left and Harshit Sharma on the right. Dressed quite elegantly, both of them.
Well, Hindi's got all the clothes. Let me tell you, wait, humble t-shirts here. But these Sharmas are everywhere, Nishad. A lot of shoulder by T. Natarajan. And just ambles in and then gives it a lot of shoulder. Was reasonably quick near the 140 mark. Perhaps a lot less now. But it's Esaki Muthu. I was downstairs near the boundary line. He runs in from behind the 30-yard circle. And boy, does he steam in and does he put everything into every delivery. Unlucky, of course, to not have picked up a wicket yet. But he really can turn on the pace of Saki Muthu. Not the tallest, but he's certainly one of the quickest.
Plays that quietly towards mid-wicket. A dot ball. Well, to get this event together, you need many pieces of the puzzle falling in place, and we really thank Kaveri Hospital for their support right through. They are our medical partners in the event of any emergency. They are there. They are there with us always. Those are some of the doctors and nurses, the medical staff. A world-class sporting event always needs those facilities.
Especially one where the ball is so hard. It can hurt, let me assure you. But quality, trust and care, those were the words mentioned. Take a look at that again. That's the off-spin action, slow bouncer. And he didn't fiddle with it, to his credit. Vimal Kumar just sent it for a single.
There's the field for Anurag, the debutant. They've got men behind square on both sides of the wicket on the boundary.
Oh, that's wonderful. Sweet, sweet, sweet. The best a man can get. Used his wrists, played it behind square. You mentioned the fielders behind square, but that split the gap. Quality shot.
Very well timed. He's just flicked that away in the gap. Deep fine and deep backward square. Had no chance really, bisecting that gap beautifully. That was a crucial four. Be prepared for crucial moments in life with Shriram Chits.
Yeah, a little too full, drifting down leg. What's the comeback delivery? Oh, it's short and top-edged over the keeper. I wonder if he could have leapt into that, maybe creating an opportunity. But back-to-back boundaries now for Dindigul. Natarajan's not at his best today. It's 70 for 2 after 11.
The bombs haven't met yet, but no problems for the Dindigul Dragons, who are in the commanding seat as Sai Kishore comes back for his third over. Vimal Kumar, his Tamil Nadu teammate, has just knocked it down the ground for a single. Natarajan conceded a couple of boundaries in the previous over. The last ball of the previous over, a thick edge over the wicket keeper. Anurag got another 4. Moving along into the 30s. Knocks that towards deep mid-wicket. They don't really have to do anything different. Just knock it around. Just having a look at that boundary again. It was short outside the off stump. Anurag threw his bat at that one. That's just sailed over the wicket keeper for 4. It's been a tough day for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. A difficult start to the Shriram Capital TNPL 2026 for the defending champions. Talking about Vimal Kumar, getting a bit of applause from the dressing room as just going about the job very sensibly. Vimal Kumar has been playing Ranji Trophy for Tamil Nadu since 2024. Will know Sai Kishore very well, having spent time in the Tamil Nadu dressing room. Full toss, a single knocked down the ground towards long on. Well, when you look at someone like a Vimal Kumar, and he's got the runs in first-class cricket as well, a couple of centuries this year or this previous edition of the Ranji Trophy for Tamil Nadu, and also got a few runs last year for the Dindigul Dragons in this competition.
I must say he's playing with a lot of composure. And only for the 10th time will I repeat that when you're chasing low total, you don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to try and hit the big hits. How many sixes have we seen? Very little to none. So, and from these two, Anurag and Vimal, now a stand of 44 and 46. No hurry at all. No sixes. And that's fine by me. Last ball since boundary is only 5. That's okay. Sai Kishore needs a breakthrough. And he will not get it now. But he's kept things quiet, that's for sure. 3 overs done for Sai Kishore. 1 for 14 for him. It's 74 for 2. Thank you all for being here at this wonderful ground in Natham, Dindigul. We can see the charm and the magic of the ground only during the day, surrounded by hills. Natarajan finally on target. The shy! And it could have caused a little bit of damage, we think. Maybe he was just short. It was a nice piece of fielding, that's for sure.
Let's have a look at that again. There was a bit of a deflection of the bat as he tried to make his ground at the non-striker's end. He was in. Just about.
Well, we like seeing good work in the field. There was certainly that. Now, the man who threw it is the tallest man, I think, in the field, so not easy for him. Shantanu, I think it was. I wonder. But Natarajan, I have to say, not at his best. Again, going down leg.
For Vimal Kumar, this is the field that they've set. Interesting that they've got 2 men behind square on the leg side, very square, and they've got a square leg as well.
Who will now come into play. But the strangest position of all was third man. Not was, is, because he's very fine. Look at that. It's fantastic.
The KEI wires and cables. Electric fielding. And certainly the Dindigul Dragons were on top. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans have tried their best, of course, with Amit Sathwik standing out with a wonderful catch.
Gave it a bit of wrist there, trying to get the bounce. Natarajan. It hasn't looked like a wicket-taking bowler today, I must confess. Just 1 or 2 very good deliveries, and the rest a little average. Bowling his last over, none for 26. That wry smile, perhaps indicating that, yeah, I haven't really been on target today. Excuse me, boss. Sai Kishore at mid-off, marshalling his troops. Dropped a catch, mind you. That could have made a bit of a difference. Yeah, I think he's playing very well, Vimal Kumar. You were mentioning how he's done very well last season in this tournament and in the Ranji. And if I were in the dugout right now, I'd be very pleased with the fact that he's not throwing his bat around, not showing any impetuosity, should we say.
Yes, as you said earlier, just have to knock this around quite calmly, get home, get that win on the board, a good start to the season. That's what matters, really.
Because the 2 men at the crease, here comes now the shy. Oh, he does get a bail. I think non-striker was comfortably in, Anurag. But as very often happens, when you get close to the target, you have wickets in hand, maybe when you get, say, 30, 20 short, which is where they are now, then at times you can race to the target if you wish, because you know there's 8 wickets still left. And if you throw your bat and finish it all in a hurry, in a flurry, very often we've seen that. And I wonder if Anurag and Vimal Kumar will get some kind of word from the dugout saying, I think it's time, finish it.
It just takes me back to the 96 World Cup semi-final. It was West Indies and Australia. It was a dramatic finish thanks to that. Last ball of the over.
There's another short delivery. He could get a wicket there. Up in the air. Simple catch at the boundary. And where we were praising the two batsmen for doing a really good job, maybe they did get word saying finish it. That was short, wide, and he flung his bat at it, Anurag, and paid the penalty.
There was one man in the deep square on the offside. He just had to walk in a little bit and take a simple catch. Anurag Nair on debut would have valued that not out, but it wasn't to be. Nevertheless, a good little innings, 34 of 39. The Dindigul Dragons still in the driver's seat, 79 for 3.
Honey Seni. That's a funny spelling, but I presume it's H-O-N-E-Y otherwise. Strike rate of 182. He's the finisher. As we take a look at that thrash again. Simple catch out at the cover point boundary. No mistake there. They missed a catch or two earlier on. But, as you said, still very heavily favoured Dindigul Dragons. Jumping out to Sai Kishore. That's one way of ensuring that you don't allow him to get on top. His last over, by the way.
Here's the wicket again, just playing at that one. And as we were just reflecting on the fact that the Dindigul Dragons are in the driver's seat, but of course there's a job to finish. Our team here at the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association, second from right, we can see the secretary of the TNCA, Mr. Bhagwan Das. Has been a very known presence here. We've got Mr. SRK, Harihara Subramaniam as well. Mr. Shiva is there as well.
Well, as you were saying earlier, other commentator friends of mine, it does take a village to put a tournament such as this together. And there he is again. Mr. Adam on the far right. And of course the secretary, we've just talked about him. Lots of hard work put in. Yeah, turns it away. Not a very good line. Easy single. Yet the throw comes in and could have been dangerous. I think he didn't realize the throw would come to his end. But we'll try and take a look of whether he made it easily or not.
Just went for it. Didn't realize that the throw was coming there. Could have been close. Just having a look at that in slow motion. May have just made it home.
Or not. 3 deliveries left for Sai Kishore. And he must try and get another wicket just to be able to show his bowling supremacy. But Dindigul Dragons firmly in the driver's seat. And for me, it would be pleasing if they don't lose another wicket. They need 26 only.
In such situations, one just remembers the semi-final of the 96 World Cup that I was remembering earlier between Australia and West Indies. West Indies cruising in that run chase. 40 needed of the last 10, 7 or 8 wickets in hand, and they lost. But Australians, well, they had Shane Keith Vaughan in their ranks.
We have Sai Kishore in our ranks. Yeah, 1 ball left. Come on, Sai Kishore. Get a wicket here. The batting team, of course, in the dugout. Where's Ashwin? Don't see him. Maybe he's gone inside somewhere. Should be very pleased with the effort of the Dindigul Dragons. Particularly the bowling was very good. debutant Sharma bowled extremely well. So to Bhuvaneshwaran. Comes round and gives another run only. So he's been very tight, Sai Kishore, giving only 19 in his 4 overs, picking up a wicket, but it's not going to be enough, not today. 84 for 3 after 14. Natarajan, Sai Kishore through. Esaki Muthu, I'd love to see him bowl again. He's very quick. What a bundle of energy. And of course, Ilambarasan began pretty well, giving only 14 in 3 overs. It was a spell where they enjoyed themselves, the bowlers. And here's the man who runs from beyond the 30-yard line. Well, he turns it on, that's for sure, Esaki Muthu.
Yes, and he was a discovery of the TNCA talent hunt back in 2023. Made his debut last year for the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans and of course got 14 wickets in the season. 3 for 26 in the qualifier, helping them go through to the final, and then 2 for 27 in the final. Truly one of those products of that talent hunt, coming good at this level.
Well, that's what it's all about. Giving wings to dreams, leagues such as these, and of course, birthing new stars all the time. Sharp, short, and Vimal Kumar decides not to have anything to do with it. He also, by the way, played a decent hand in ensuring they got past the 100. Got some 16, 17 runs, so he can bat a bit too.
Looking at that bouncer yet again, had the batter hopping.
Well, I think the IOB DRS has worked pretty well today for both the teams, overturning a couple of decisions, although mind you, the umpiring's been spot on as always. Again, sharp but turned away off the hips. He really does. I mean, he's 100%. You know, what I'd like to see from Esaki is actually a few pace-off deliveries.
There's Indrajith of the Dindigul Dragons, one of the known figures here in Tamil Nadu cricket. His twin brother Aparajit, of course, played for India under-19s. Indrajith himself made it through to the India A level as well. The captain leading from the front with a good performance in terms of marshalling his troops on the field when they were fielding.
Yeah, we just need names with a little differential, not Indrajith and Aparajit. Can confuse people. Again short, a bit of a ramp attempted. Does the keeper get to it? No! The valiant dive. He did get caught there, Hani Saini. Decided to go for the ramp a little late. And very unfortunate that Raheja got his hands to it, but couldn't close it off.
This would have been a bowler's wicket, really. Raheja tried his best running back, never easy when it's coming over your shoulder. Put that full length dive. He's a little unlucky there, Esaki.
Esaki, take it easy. I think Raheja did a very good job to get to it. But you can understand, bowlers, you get half a chance, they think it should be 98% taken. Good effort by the keeper. Very full. I think maybe an inside edge. The keeper seems to think that maybe it was bad bat. Will they go up for the IOB DRS? Thinking about it. And they do take it. Well done, Sai Kishore. I think prompted largely by the keeper. Maybe by the bowler as well.
TV umpire to director. We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I've checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Give me front on first, please. Can you rock and roll that for me? seems to have come off the bat. Can we confirm that with Ultra Edge, please? Copy. Ultra Edge building. On the right hand side, can you give me the offside side on? Thank you. Oh, okay. Okay, go back one frame. Okay, next frame. Go back one frame, freeze it here, yeah. Okay, I can see that the bat is hitting the pad. Next frame, please. Okay, can you rock and roll it for me here? Okay, I can see a clear deflection from the bat onto the pad. Bat involved. I'm going back on field to Rajesh. Rajesh, please stay with your original not out call. You're on screen now.
The umpire got it right on field. Of course, a lot of doubt when it comes to whether the ball hit the pad or the bat first.
Yeah, too close to call, even though we went up to technology, but at worst it was bat and pad together. Not enough evidence to give it out. Good delivery nevertheless. And that's a good finish for Isaki Muthu's third over. None for 16 after 15. Dindigul Dragons gradually trotting to that finishing line. 86 for 3.
iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans got 107. Dindigul Dragons in reply are 86 for 3. 22 required in 30 balls. You might feel they have it under control. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans time and again are creating opportunities. It's all about grasping them.
Lovely, Dabina.
Run by Shibani Bhaskar in the com box. Very warm welcome.
Thank you so much, Sahas. Good evening. A great evening for the Dindigul Dragons. They're sensational in that first innings with the ball and in the field. They're backing it up with their bat slowly but surely.
So far they've created so many opportunities, Shabani. Very surprising that they've not gone full throttle and completed and converted them into full-fledged wickets. Now Tiruchi Grand Cholas will take on the Madurai Panthers. That's first of the two games. It's a promise that we'll bring you two games from here on. Double dose of cricket.
The games come thick and fast in the Shriram Capital TNPL. It's going to be a blockbuster of a day tomorrow. Evening game between Chepak Super Gillies and LA Royal Kings. New captain for NRK, Sonu Yadav at the helm for them. There's a change-up for Mohan Prasad, 2 balls ago. Beautifully drew the batter out.
He's hit that with great might, but will only get a single, and he's content with a single because that's all that the equation wants from them right now.
Bold, Abina.
There was a difference of almost 10 or 15 between runs and balls, and now it's down to 6. 19 runs from 25. Now there is an opportunity for them to finish it in a hurry. Ideally, 20-30 runs out. That's when you can really go for it. But iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans and their fielding, they've been electric.
Terrific stuff. Again, half an opportunity created. Long time, 30 deliveries since the boundary has been hit. 16 gone, 89 for 3. For 3 in 16 overs. Yeah, it's a carnival out there. The Shriram Capital TNPL. It's a cricketing carnival. There's music, there's dance. Wanted it to be a wake-up call, but the problem here for Sai Kishore is that he's revealed the card first up. 1 for the over.
And then he's forced to go fuller through the over. As you mentioned, he's revealed his hand. Can't use that ball again. That delivery. Looking to push the batter back. You can't expect a full delivery, a Yorker length delivery now. He did that in the previous over. Does he go with it again?
He's gone short, yes. Seems to be all right. Yeah, 4,000. We've hit that mark in the very first game of Shriram Capital TNPL. It's a great number. Natham never disappoints the role.
NPR College Ground here in London. Almost at full capacity. Home team in action. Dindigul Dragons in a strong, dominant position. 89 for 3. 19 runs away from the first win of the season to open their account. Change in the field, long off, drops back. Fine leg comes in.
Because there's so much protection behind square in the deep, he's continuing to follow the batter in that region. Otherwise would have changed his line long time back. The problem is he doesn't have much to play with. $1 kilo of gold infused in that beautiful glitzy trophy of Shriram Capital TNPL. Only one of the teams will hold it on the night of the final. That's what the fight is all about. It's a great piece of silverware to have in your cabinet.
I was out there with the captains before the game. A bit of an opening ceremony where all the captains came together and pledged their promise to play in the spirit of the game. Absolutely brilliant. iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans lifted that trophy last season. Haven't started in the best manner this season, but it's still early days, just the first game.
Absolutely, Shibani. That's a great option indeed, given the fact that the batter knows it's going to be full. He's playing the game of precision here. It's okay if you're predictable, be precise.
Went with the cross seam delivery on this occasion. Sai Kishore, very effective, his full deliveries, and he likes to keep it on the stumps for the most part because he works up that pace.
The president of TNCA, visionary in the true sense of the word, Mr. Srinivasa Raj. Hasn't he put together a fabulous league of this kind? Oh, that might need to be reballed. He wanted a single. Despite flinching in pain, he wanted a single.
Do the batters think of going upstairs to see if it's a no ball? Looks like they're deciding against it. At the end of the 17th, it's 90 for 3.
Dindigul Dragons. The worm came ever so close to cross paths with Tiruppur Tamizhans. First ball, the attacking instinct kicks in. I think the team that has fielded better is going to win this game.
It seems to be going down to the wire. 17 from 17. The equation now. A run a ball is what the Dindigul Dragons need. They had an advantage of at least 15 to 16 just a couple of overs ago. But the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans have been brilliant with their plans and execution. Esiki Muthu just conceding that one leg by in the previous over. Against his name, it's a maiden.
Dancing down the track. What an effort! 95% of the time it looked like it was going to be a boundary. Boy oh boy, that's the kind of effort you need to keep that boundary drought going of 38 deliveries now.
Amit Sathwik, he's a live wire in the field. Sensational. Like a basketball player trying to keep the ball in play. Pulls it back just in time. Timing so important. Not just as a batter, but as a fielder too. Quick across the turf. Good hand-eye coordination.
Vimal Kumar has not been scared of dancing down the track at all against Mohan Prasad. And Mohan Prasad doesn't mind that. He wants to create opportunities.
Because he bowls that arm ball, does Mohan Prasad. Doesn't turn the ball all that much. That's why we see him bowl in the power play. Not tonight, but he is a good option. Versatile, Mohan Prasad. But Honey Saini, what does he have?
When he gets cheeky, he delivers to Honey Saini. Finds a spot in the ground where no fielder could even think of being. Pressure relieving boundary. It was getting too close for comfort. Not anymore.
You trust him to smack a four like that, just like Shriram Chits. Picks it up from leg stump or thereabouts. Reverses it. He is gifted with timing, most definitely, Honey Saini.
He was absorbed in that appeal a little bit. Honey Saini. Vimal Kumar pushed for that single. Some more drama towards the end.
Multiple questions there. First for the LBW and then the run out. iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans keeping the lid on it. Still fighting till that last run is scored. Really showing character, iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans.
Terrific work this. They does the basics right. Not just call for the single, but slide the bat. Nine required in 13 balls. Still can get tighter. Right out of the screws. 100 comes up in style for TT. And within touching distance of getting their first 2 points, the Dragons. 105 for 3. A pebble throw away from victory here. The Dindigul Dragons getting their first 2 points in the very first game. It's always important to start a tournament well. And Baba Indrajith, well, you saw him smile on that photograph. He's going to smile a little more after this game. Shabani, 4,000 and counting. What a start this is. What a night it's been of cricket in Shriram Capital TNPL.
Last ball of the previous over. Great shot, great use of the feet to get to the pitch of the ball. And taking it down the ground, Vimal Kumar. We know he can up the ante when required. And as you mentioned now, just a pebbles throw away, 3 runs away. And the first victory of this season Not just a win, an emphatic win.
Through the kitchen sink it into the ball refused to arrive. I think it's the slowest that he's bowled in 3 games put together.
104 kilometers per hour, that one. Slow bouncer. It's quite a common weapon nowadays, the Pacers use in the death. Effective weapon too. But this one was pitched closer to the bowler than the batter. Decided against taking a DRS, the batting side, for the wide. 3 runs, 10 balls, 1 hit away.
Change of angle, but the aim remains the same. Pick up a wicket. Got enough width, and he'll bounce on it. End the game in style. Superb 6. Hani Seni is walked out and said, what's the fuss about? Yes, I was a little slow in the beginning, but this game was never out of hand for me. First points for Dindigul Dragons as they spread their wings and send a statement to all the other teams in the contest. The Dragons are here to breathe fire.
Clinical victory for the Dindigul Dragons to start their tournament and to start the Shriram Capital TNPL 2026. Season 10 has started with a bang. Dragons chasing this total down with 7 wickets in hand and 9 balls to spare. It is a sizable margin. Yes, it was only 108, but the wicket was not as easy. The pitch, not as dependable. You really had to apply yourself. They ensured they could not lose the game and then accelerated and finished it in a hurry.
What was exciting to watch in this run chase was also the fact that they did not subscribe to the regular template of a T20 run chase. They knew it's a subdued total, hence they subscribed to the thought of having a steady innings. First on a rock, 34 of 39. But watch this 6 once again. The winning hit from Hani Seni, who said he's seen enough. You give me width, I will thrive on it. Let the emotions loose, and why not? It's a moment he's prepared and dreamt of time and time out. That's what it means to the home fans. The young ones, the elder ones, they all know the importance of a victory first up. Sets the tone beautifully. And Seni plays his part.
And finishes the game in familiar fashion. He likes to go after the bowling. He likes to go for his 4s and 6s, and he finishes it with a flat bat hit for a 6. You mentioned Anurag and his contribution, steady at the top, 34 off 39 for him. The strike rate did not matter in this game. The important thing is that he batted deep into the innings, and that's what he did. Shivam Singh went early, and then Vimal Kumar staying unbeaten. But it was all done pretty much in the first innings, the way the Dindigul Dragons came out with good plans and great execution. 21 runs in that first over. But the final ball brought about a wicket, the wicket of Amit Satvik, and that turned the tide.
It absolutely did. Now let's go down to Sastika and find out what the captain who came second has to say.
Sai, tough loss. In fact, நீங்க வந்து டாஸ்ல வந்து சொல்லிருந்தீங்க நாங்க வின் பண்ணியிருந்தாலும் டாஸ் வின் பண்ணியிருந்தாலும் நாங்க தான் போல் பண்ணிருப்போம் அப்படிட்டு. How crucial do you think is a toss in a game like this?
டாஸ் கண்டிப்பாக இந்த கண்டிஷன்ஸில் குரூஷலாக தான் இருந்துச்சு. பட் சேயிங் தட் நாங்கள் அவ்வளோ நல்லா ஆடல. ஆஃப்டர் தட் பொசிஷன் ஐ திங்க் நாங்கள் பெட்டராக விளையாடி இருக்கணும், பெட்டராக அப்ளை பண்ணியிருக்கணும். என்ன பாசிட்டிவ்னா இந்த ஸ்கோரை வந்து கடைசி வரைக்கும் எடுத்துகிட்டு போனது செம பாசிட்டிவ். இது 10 ஓவர்ஸில் இந்த கேம் வந்து முடிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னா வந்து எங்களுக்கு ரன் ரேட்டில் ரொம்ப அடிபட்டிருக்கும். ஸ்டில் அலைவ் இந்த டோர்னமெண்ட். அதில் வந்துட்டு ஒரு குட் டீம் எஃபர்ட் bowling வைஸ். பேட்டிங் வைஸ் கண்டிப்பாக நாங்கள் எங்களோட அக்ரெசிவ் அப்ரோச்சை எப்படி இந்த மாதிரி கண்டிஷன்ஸில் மேனேஜ் பண்ணுறதுங்கிறத கற்றுக்கிடுவோம் இந்த.
அண்ட் இன்ஃபேக்ட் எஸ் இன்றைக்கி உங்களோட லேர்னிங் அதுவாக தான் இருக்கும். பட் எந்த இடத்துல இந்த கேம் உங்கள் கையை விட்டு அவங்க கைக்கு போச்சுன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க சார்?
ஐ திங்க் ஸ்டார்டிங்லேருந்து அவங்க கையில் தான் கொஞ்சம் இருந்துச்சு. நாங்கள் தான் திருப்பி அதை bowling போடும்போது கொஞ்சம் கொண்டு வந்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. பட் ஸ்டார்டிங்லேருந்து அஹெடாக தான் இருந்தாங்க. நாங்கள் பவர் பிளேயில் 4 விக்கெட்ஸ் விட்டுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 7 விக்கெட்ஸ் போனதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க கையில் தான் மேட்ச் இருக்குது. அங்கேருந்து ஐ திங்க் வி ஃபாட் ரியலி வெல். அந்த ஃபைட்டிங் ஸ்பிரிட் சூப்பராக இருந்துச்சு.
இன்னும் 2 நாள் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு பிரேக் இருக்குது. டர்ன் அரவுண்ட் டைம் பெருசாக இல்லை அப்படிங்கிறதுனால போய் பாய்ஸ் கிட்ட என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க சார்?
ஐ திங்க் ஓவரால் எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும், எல்லாருமே மெச்சூர்ட் இனஃப் டு நோ சரியாக விளையாடலங்கிறது. அந்த ஆனஸ்ட் கான்வர்சேஷன் எங்களால் வைக்க முடியும் இந்த ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங் ரூமில். ஐ திங்க் அந்த அக்ரெசிவாக ஆடணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு நாங்கள் வந்து கொஞ்சம் பிளைண்டாக போன மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு இன்றைக்கி. அதையும் மெஷர் பண்ணி கரெக்டாக கண்டிஷன்ஸ்க்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி ஆடுறது தான் ஸ்கில். அதை நாங்கள் கண்டிப்பாக லேர்ன் பண்ணுவோம் ஆஸ் அ பேட்டிங் யூனிட். பவுலிங் டீம் நாங்கள் வந்து ஆக்சுவலி வெரி ஹாப்பி வித் த பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் எப்படி போட்டோமோ.
Fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us and good luck for the season.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sastika. Yeah, very honest and upfront there. Sai Kishore admits the blip in the way they approached the innings with the bat in hand initially, and that caused the trouble now. Anurag 34 of 39, steady from Dindigul Dragons up top, and Vimal Kumar's 33 of 40 as well was played with great grit. Honey's 17 of 16 sealed the deal eventually in the end. Shivani, you don't mind this kind of innings in a run chase of 107 and beyond.
108 was the target set by the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans for the Dindigul Dragons. Shivam Singh, bit of a slow start from him, he got a boundary and then was outmixed Balsal and Barasan with brilliant lines. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans, they really pegged away at the right length, but really applied themselves to the Dindigul Dragons batters, built enough partnerships through the innings. Vimal Kumar really took it upon himself to stay till the very end. Uncharacteristic innings if you look at his strike rates in the previous seasons, but he took that responsibility upon himself to stay and see his side home. Dindigul Dragons, 7 fours, 3 sixes through the innings. The iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans did try to pick away at those wickets, created plenty of opportunities, did the bowling side, but Hani Saini wanted to finish it in a hurry. Vimal Kumar with the 6 that brought the total down. The target down to just 3 runs away, and Hani Saini finishing it in familiar fashion, chasing the total down. 9 balls to spare.
And it's been a sorry story that Natarajan, they relied on Natarajan, who did well with the dot balls initially, to returns with a wicket and a wicket only. Barasan 1 wicket. Sai Kishore created more opportunities. That economy is something that he can be proud of. Muthu was terrific with his economy as well, especially towards the end as he learnt on the go as the batters were planning to create room and hit him away. Tiruppur 107. Amit Satvik started well with his 20, but after that everything went downhill. And Dindigul 111 for 3 get done this game in style, win by 7 wickets. Dive into a short break, don't go anywhere. Dindigul Dragons get it done with ease. 111 for 3 as they romp home with 9 deliveries to spare. Vimal Kumar's steady 33, and then Anurag as well provided that stability up top. And Hani Saini provided an innings which spelled, what is the fuss about?
iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans really bowled well to push the game into the 19th over. Sai Kishore, pick of the bowlers, 1 for 19 in his 4. Suki Muthu was impressive. First game of the season. And Natarajan with 1 wicket.
Right, 107 for Tiruppur Tamizhans, and Dindigul in reply get there to 111 for 3 quite easily. Once again, Anurag and Vimal Kumar, the ones we talked about. Vimal Kumar finishing with red ink will give him a lot of confidence. Not just a steady innings. And Hani Saini with a reverse at the right time and a big shot to finish the game off. Let's go down for the post-match presentation with Arun Venugopal and find out who gets the awards and rewards.
Welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony of the Shriram Capital TNPL powered by Indian Overseas Bank. Match number 1 between the defending champions iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans and the Dindigul Dragons. I'm delighted to introduce the presentation party over here. Mr. C. Mariswaran, Honorary Assistant Secretary, the Tamil Nadu District Cricket Association. Mr. P. Rajmohan, Honorary Joint Secretary, Dindigul District Cricket Association. Mr. S. P. Rajesh, Regional Manager, Shriram General Insurance Company Limited. Mr. N. Sendil Kumar, representative from Indian Overseas Bank, good people to grow with. Mr. Sahadevan, representative from Gillette. Mr. Doreraj, area manager, Shriram General Insurance Company Limited. We have a host of awards today. And first up is the Shriram Capital Maximum Force of the match. And to present the award, I invite Mr. Doreraj. And the award goes to Anurag Nair of the Dindigul Dragons for his 4 crisp boundaries. Anurag Nair, on debut, a nerveless performance at the top, walking away with a cool 10,000 rupees. Time now for the next award, the Gillette, the best man can get award for the batter with the highest strike rate. And to give away the award would be Mr. Sahadevan. And the award goes to S. Mohan Prasad of the Tiruppur Tamizhans. 121.43 was his strike rate from the iDream Tiruppur Tamizhans. S. Mohan Prasad had a good outing tonight. And next up is the IOB Most Dependable Player of the Match. There's a trophy and a check of rupees 10,000, and that will be given away by Mr. N. Sendil Kumar. It will go to another debutant, P. Bhuvaneswaran. P. Bhuvaneswaran produced a terrific spell, recovering from quite a hammering in his first over. But after his first wicket of the last ball, he never really looked back. One of the 4 debutants for the Dindigul Dragons. And the big one, the Shriram Capital Player of the Match, a trophy and a check that will be awarded by Mr. S.P. Rajesh. And it's another debutant who's walking away with the honors, Nirankar Sharma, for his fabulous bowling effort today. Wheeling away with his spin.
Nirankar Sharma on debut in the Shriram Capital TNPL was absolutely sensational with the ball. Picked up 3 crucial wickets using the pitch conditions to good effect. That one skidding on. A brilliant catch behind the stumps to give Nirankar Sharma his 3rd wicket. Fantastic start.
Congratulations, Nirankar. That was a dream debut and some. Tell us about the emotions that were going through when you first began to bowl.
Yeah, the emotions were, I was like too much excited. I know everybody feels the pressure. I was in the pressure too. But it was an emotional moment for me. I have been waiting for years for this moment. And I cannot expect a better debut than this. And really thanks to the DD management, Ashwin Bhaiya, Indarna. They supported a lot.
Speaking about your beloved mentor, Ravichandran Ashwin, what's your experience been of working with him?
Like, it was my dream to work with him, under him. And he is like superb with his mentorship. I cannot expect anything better what is going in my life.
Lastly, walk us through your journey into the Dindigul Dragons setup. What's that been? What's that taken?
Like, I was there with them. I was playing matches with them. And I've kept on performing in different tournaments around Tamil Nadu. So they saw me somewhere. They called me for the trials. and somehow they showed trust on me, and yeah, thanks for them to believe in me.
Well, a great start to your TNPL campaign tonight. Long may it continue. Thank you, Nirankar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Time now for us to have a word from the winning captain, Baba Indrajith. Come on over here. Baba Indrajith, you seem a quite soft-spoken man off the field, but there's plenty of very interesting stump mic chatter that you come up with.
See, I'm not aware of these things. When you're in the game and when you're very intense and when you're talking to the bowler, when you're a leader, I think even if I'm not the leader, when you're a keeper, I think you need to have conversations with the bowlers. And as you see, a lot of youngsters are there, a lot of debutants. So as much as possible, I try and communicate with them.
Talk us through the short ball ploy that you adopted. Was it something that you came up with in retrospect after watching Bhuvneshwaran get stuck in the first over?
But even apart from that, I think we had that plan in our preparation. Even if the wicket was not this green, we would have played 4 seamers this game, and we were very aware that short balls were effective in the previous seasons as well. But you need that pace and you need the correct length to bowl, and we have a couple of bowlers who can bowl those bouncers. But credit to Bhuvneshwaran, because after being hit for 20 odd runs in the first over, I think that the last ball of the over was a bouncer and a brilliant catch that changed things for us in this game.
A word on your 4 debutants, including, of course, Bhuvneshwaran as also Nirankar.
See, obviously, Bhuvneshwaran has been playing the TNPL, but this is his first game for DD. But there were a lot of other debutants, right from Nirankar Sharma. Has been an exciting wrist spinner, and he doesn't shy away from a lot of things. He's very excited, very enthusiastic. So if he can get a couple of wickets like this, I think there's only upside for him in this tournament. And apart from that, Shakti Karpasamy, word on him because he bowled really well, used the short ball well. And Anurag Nair, in a tricky chase, I think he held his nerve and took the game deep.
Lastly, you have the big man Ravichandran Ashwin in a non-playing capacity this year as a mentor. Tell us about your working relationship with him.
I think it's been amazing. Whenever he's here, that presence has always been there. So that presence helps you a lot, even when you're leading. It takes a lot of, you feel calm when he's around. And whenever I have some doubts, I can obviously look at him and he will have ideas. But apart from that, his preparation, the way he prepares as a champion bowler, I think he's passed it on to the others, because the kind of camps we've had, the intense camps, I think full credit to Ashna.
Well, we won't keep you out any longer. Congratulations on the win. Celebrate hard.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, that was Baba Indrajith. That's all we have from the presentation tonight. Back to you guys.
Good game of cricket to begin the Shriram Capital TNPL with. Tomorrow, Trichy Grand Cholas will be taking on the Madurai Panthers with their new skippers then for the Nella Royal Kings, Sonu. They'll take on the Chepauk Super Gillies in the second game. It's a double dose, that's what we can promise you in the middle of the week. We'll meet you tomorrow.